Yeah, I'm gonna have to share my other account. Okay. Alright guys, sorry, just starting to getting started and trying to get everything shared out, so bear with me. And I am on my backup, so I don't have quite as many people on here. I might have to everywhere. Hey Benny. Hey Cornbread. Hey, Chicago John. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in Chicago. My backup or my main account still appeal is still under review, and the the ban expires tomorrow.
The funny thing is, they send me. So even though it expired tomorrow, they send me your verdict.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Still no.
Oh yeah, definitely no. But they show me. I'm about to show you. I'm about to tell you what. Well, I'm going to tell you in code. So.
Because I called a bunch of ancient people GAY.
Yeah. You just start saying rainbow.
Do they not know I'm GAY?
Just say rainbow. Just say rainbow. Look, I say rainbow all the time. Even Senator John, who is not me, and anybody who believes that is me, then that's something that Senator John say rainbow.
I have said it so many times in the past, 6-7 months I've been doing this, and they've never flagged me once because I am GAY. Yet suddenly,
well, you're straightening the algorithm, so just look, it's a Russian roulette, especially once you start getting like people watching you and you start like ending up on FYP. And then you say it, that's when it really gets you. That's when it, when there's nobody really watching and everything died down, then it's cool. But like I said, rainbow is the way to say it. It's rain, or whatever else. Look, I'm not going to tell your people how to say your word for y'all people. So you do what's best for y'all people. I refuse to be that person, that oligarch that had to tell how a group of rainbows not to say whatever they need to say. But no, for real though, it says you said all y'all are just as a rainbow as me or something like that. So yeah,
I am.
Yeah, but
but how many people of color get to say the N-word? No holds barred with no.
Oh yeah, the N-word. They don't care about.
And for saying just GAY.
They don't. No, actually, they don't care about black. They don't care about white people saying the N-word. It's when you're black.
They don't like. I thought we could get banned by people.
Hell no! There's so many white people saying the N-word. They got videos, and I got a strike on my account because I was complaining about somebody selling a shirt that say N-word. What's up on the TikTok shirt?
Is homophobic and racist.
Yeah, they like they sell it, and I got flagged. I got a strike. I'm fighting a strike because I complained about the N-word.
Well, this might be like my second strike now.
Is that a strike?
Yeah, they said it's a strike on my account.
Like I said, at this point, then you definitely need to. I'll put it in to see about these strike removal, and then I'll mess you later about who I've been emailing because, like I said, I gotta,
All right. I know you're on vacation. Don't freak out too much. The ban ends tomorrow anyway.
Yeah. Well, like I said, a strike is definitely more serious though. When you start seeing those, like, because once you get 3 strikes, they will yank it. And just like how they yanked that one with a hoodoo voodoo girl or something, or they've been yanking. Like I said, before they start yanking those people, they already yanked the some of the black creators on my side who didn't have agents and stuff like that. So they had like over 200K followers and everything. They yanked the shit out of it. So just say rainbow, man. Because the thing is, you keep getting on the FYP. You keep getting pushed out, and when they push you out, they want you to push that rainbow back in. So don't have.
All right, I'll play nice.
Yeah.
Even though
Yeah, they don't care. You can be rainbow as you want with a rainbow double-sided dill pepper on both sides. They don't care. So
it's not a derogatory term.
yeah, I think it's the just and it's the all and it's the rainbow. So like I said, the AI is hearing you grouping, and once you start grouping individuals, then that's what So, yeah.
Well, all right, fine. Yeah. I guess there ain't nothing I can do about it, so we'll just deal with it.
Let me tell you what Dugald do. See, Dugald be creeping on the line between black and white, and so they flag him because it's like sometimes he'll be going to the path of us, and then he'll say something, and then he'll be he literally mess up the algorithm. The algorithm flagging him because it's confused.
It's possible. I mean, that's possible. I'm just saying.
It is. You got too many
confusing the algorithm. For sure.
You got too many blacks over here. You need to get rid of them and
that's what he is. Like they think he black, but then they say he gay. Then he black and he gay, and we don't know what he is.
I am not about to sit here and say I am super white skinned. That light skinned. Not how we're gonna do that.
Rainbow. There's a rainbowish skittle.
Right.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, y'all have fun with y'all rainbow asses over here.
we definitely rainbow, and that's why the algorithm is confused by Dugald. Because if you look at him, it's like, oh, and then you look, you never know what you're gonna get.
If he was more of a racist YT rainbow, then that would have been amazing. He wouldn't get flagged for nothing. Just
no, I can say whatever the hell I wanted. Then.
Oh yeah. Just replace the G word with the hard ER, and they don't care. They don't care about that word from your mouth. So
GAYR.
Yeah. Oh God. Bye.
We ain't gonna lie, Dugald be saying some black stuff, so it's like they confused. Like, oh, like what is he?
I'm just really country. I can't help it.
Hey, it is what it is. I ain't gonna lie, you already in the family, so it don't even matter. Like,
I guess.
But like I said, you confuse the algorithm. So.
I'll have to see. Yeah, that's funny.
I did that thing.
Oh, the YouTube thing?
No. Well, yeah, that too. But I was like tapping on the screen and I requested. But I'm gonna hang out. What's up, Colin?
Okay, you can hang out. That's fine. I have a problem with that.
I was just gonna tell Dugald, I love you. Like you be going in on Discord, and I'm like, this man is unhinged.
I'm not unhinged. I call myself the swizzle stick. I'm always stirring shit up.
Yeah. That's a part of the rainbow community. Like that's what I be saying. Like we unhinged, but we're gonna be real and tell it. It is what it is. It's not what it's not.
Oh, there's sometimes I gotta be a Tania's like parental figure in there. Like, calm down. I gotta be the adult.
Tania be going. Y'all be going in. It be so funny to me, and I don't even say nothing. I just be. I look at the notifications. And I be like playing my video game. I be like, look at them going back and forth. They crazy.
All right, I appreciate you coming up and hanging out. All right, Will A, are you over 21?
Yep.
Perfect. And what do you have to say?
I think that it's been enormously influential and had an enormous effect on American culture, American society, and American politics. This is not unique, and I don't think it's a very novel thing to believe. America is a majority Christian country, so it's going to be impact on its culture, and in a democracy, it's going to be impacted on its politics. Even if America becomes majority non-Christian, Christians will still be the largest religious group, as you've seen in Europe. And even when that happens, there's still probably going to be a degree of esteem given to the Christian religion as the assumed religion, if anyone has one, as well as the basis of, for example, how we count the years, right? Even in France, the sort of one of the central holidays of France are related to Catholicism, despite the official secular nature of the government.
Did you know
So-
that Pope Innocent VIII used to drink the blood of children?
No, that's interesting.
Yeah. He's actually known for drinking the blood of 3 children. They drained them completely dry.
Interesting.
He
Which
was
innocent?
technically the first pope to do a blood transfusion by drinking.
Well, you can't do a blood transfusion by drinking blood.
I know.
Well, nobody said that you could.
Yeah,
They just said
this was
that
in the
they
1400s, dear.
did. Yeah. That's
Which
what
innocent?
they did, though, yeah.
Pope Innocent VIII.
Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
Ironically, he was against witchcraft.
I mean, if you're going to talk about, people.
So,
of,
how much esteem
primitive
should we
peoples.
be given the Catholic religion?
Well, no, I'm not talking about whether we should give it esteem. Now, the United States has historically not esteemed the Catholic religion, right? One of the reasons that the United States declared independence was actually because Catholicism was being tolerated in Quebec, right? So I think that modern American esteem of Catholicism is largely an effect of a sort of almost in some ways a religious pluralism, right? It was the same effects that made Americans a lot more tolerant of Jews. Now, whether you think we ought to tolerate Catholics, well, I think that we just are, given the fact that we have a pretty large Catholic population in this country. Now, whether Catholics should be esteemed is a different form.
Well, isn't the whole Christian religion based mostly on the Catholic doctrine?
Yeah, I mean, the entire base.
Yeah, but I'm saying that it would be wrong to say that early Americans weren't also anti-Catholic, right? Like
I think
a
it's
lot for a long time, American
identity.
identity was very, very anti-Catholic.
we're
Again,
getting very-
are you familiar with the? And I'm not defending Catholicism. I'm not a Catholic.
I know,
I'm
but
just saying that.
We're getting very caught up in the denominations, and I don't care about the denominations. I'm talking about the overall religion. And I have a problem because
Oh well, wait. Sorry. Are we dealing with whether it's good or was
it's
influential?
mostly about yes, there are. I do want to talk about like the effects, like you have talked about already. But like overall, was that necessarily good or bad across the span of all time, all history? What they've gone through and done from start to finish here. So like I want to talk about like the overall effects on societies, cultures, whether it's good or bad, all that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's more specific, right? Because I wasn't sure. Because I was talking about like what I think will happen versus if, what I think would be good. I don't think America's going to go back to hating Catholics. Like Muslims are much more likely that we'll just go back to like burning down mosques, or people will shoot up mosques, which I think is bad. I don't think mosques or churches should be shot up, right? And I think we can all agree with that.
Watch your language. Say
Matt,
like
okay.
or something.
Please.
Yes, Fluff.
Sorry?
Why does it feel like he said he doesn't care about the denominations, but we're still going to focus on them anyway?
I didn't. I was about to say it. Well, whatever. Anyway, yeah. Do I think it was bad in its effect on America?
Excuse me?
Sorry?
Excuse me?
What? Yes. What is it?
Why are we going down this train of conversation if this is
Did you have?
of conversation?
She's one of my co-hosts, so she's just talking.
I mean, that's fine. I'm just not entirely sure what she's asking.
Yeah, and I'm
could you
not
be clear?
exactly sure what part of I don't care about the denominations, and I'm looking at the overall reaching effect of Christianity in the United States, and where do we go from here?
Oh, because the denominations act differently depending on
Who cares?
who it is, right? The different denominations act differently depending on the race of the people in it, the background, their ethnic group, their economic standing. They tend to behave differently, right? The religious behaviors of an Irishman fresh off the boat in the 1860s is going to be very, very different from the moral majority of the 1980s. Now, you can say both are bad, but they're bad in different ways. The reason the Irishmen were bad was because they betrayed America and fought for the Mexicans during the Mexican-American War.
Well, can you be relevant to today's Christianity?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can. They're limiting abortion access. The Catholic Church encourages mass immigration, violating the law.
Catholic Church does?
The Catholic Church,
Or are you
I mean,
talking about
given the
Christianity as a
religion...
whole? That's why I was trying to...
Both Catholic or just Christian?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to clarify.
Well, the Latino Christians in general are going to be in favor of large-scale immigration, aren't they? Because of their race.
Can you answer that question for us, please? Because you're literally beginning to confuse us.
Well, that's why it
want to make
matters.
sure we're talking about Catholics or Christians as a whole. Which one?
Well,
are you
Catholics
talking?
are Christians.
Well, I know that.
Well,
but
what are you?
You centered in on just Catholics earlier. I want to make sure that that's not what you're still referring to when you're talking about the immigration. Are you talking specifically about Catholics?
I'm talking about Catholics on immigration.
You are talking about Catholics.
Why?
Okay. But
because the Catholic Church promotes immigration. It promotes laxer immigration laws.
From what I've seen, my entire everywhere I grew up is mostly primary Catholic, and every one of them are very much.
What do you think the church hierarchy encourages large-scale immigration? That's because of all the Latinos they want to come in to replace the local population.
Dugald, can I ask you a question? Did you validate if this person is a Christian or a Catholic?
He didn't say one way or the other. I didn't ask.
Can you please say one way or the other, Will? Because I'm starting to get really sick and tired of divisive talk.
I'm not.
Are you not?
You're not a Catholic?
No.
Are you a Christian?
No, I'm an American.
Oh my god, he's trolling. He's trolling.
Yeah, because this is really like a headache-inducing yapathon that doesn't actually have any cohesive.
I understood what he was saying a lot of the time, but like
I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I definitely brought the Catholic thing into it by bringing up that Pope that drank kids' blood, but that was my fault because I just wanted to.
Well, no, and that's why
a really random point.
No, it's fine. I just but that's why I brought him back to where I wanted him. But it was just he was trying to ramble on a whole bunch of points all at one time, and it's like we want to talk.
You're being too bigoted and racist for the conversation, and you're not actually on topic. So you're gonna have to find another panel to just vent. To have that verbal diarrhea about your ignorance.
And you need to clarify whether you're talking about the Roman Catholics or different Catholics, because they are divided. And the Roman Catholics, the ones that I know of, especially in the southern states in the Midwest, they are very much MAGA congregations.
Also,
so no, I don't believe that that's what they do. They might do it at the Vatican because the Pope himself says no, that you should, but as locally, no, I don't agree with that.
Will was already blocked by me, and I'm pretty sure that he was blocked because of a good reason. I don't really block people willy-nilly.
Right.
So when I checked, Will is blocked for white supremacy.
We're not going to deal with that.
I mean, that sounds about right. Right.
Yeah, we're not going to deal with that, so we'll just take care of that here too. I will.
You see it happening in the comments?
Mm-hmm. The weird immigration pivot. What was that all about?
Why do you need to worry about immigration? Immigration is not a problem.
I really have no opinion other than it's fine. I mean, I don't really see a problem. I'm not affected. Hi, Hanji.
Hi, Hanji. Hi, Fluff. Hi, Benny.
Hey, Fluff. Hey, Benny. Dugald. So is anyone completely fucking heartbroken that we lost our goddamn Prince of Darkness this morning?
Ozzy?
Yes and no, because the
76
have had some pretty not so nice things to say about people of minority groups of various kinds.
Right. And here's the other thing. He was 76. I'm sorry. But when Ozzy was sexy, I must have been about 7. We need to let him go now. He's done love for Ozzy and Sharon and then Dookie. And Ozzy finally made it. It's gone. And that's just all we have to remember.
If I hadn't seen Sharon turn over to the Republican side and be anti-trans, I would have been all aboard. But
oh, see, I didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It bummed me out too.
I miss old Black Sabbath and Ozzy,
Yeah.
but the music's still there. So.
Like Sharon supports J.K. Rowling.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, she's all of. She says, you all are being too harsh on J.K. and all that kind of stuff.
Did you know that J.K. Rowling has been like ghostwriting, or like not ghostwriting, but using a pseudonym of it's a man's name. So she's
that doesn't surprise me.
Yep.
That don't surprise me.
literally calling herself by a man's name.
Yep, and it's based off of a very misogynistic man too. There's history behind that. Robert Galbraith is the pseudonym that she goes by.
Yeah, the hypocrisy is just wild.
Right. She's using the system because she knows that a man's name will get her further in the publishing world still.
Correct. As a matter of fact, many female writers are under male names because of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even though,
I don't deny that, but the fact that J.K. Rowling's no, these
trans people are pushing into women's spaces. How dare they take women's
the turf thing?
Right, and she's not bothering to own up to her own version of feminism that she proclaims.
the worst thing is I do understand what the argument is, and you'd be wrong.
I do too, except for she's taken it to a point where it's
I just wouldn't dead name people, I feel like that's disrespectful.
well, it's not even just that. She's taken it to beyond just disagreeing with certain aspects of the trans rights movement. She's gone to straight up just because they hate me, I'm going to hate them back.
No, it's when I looked into it further because I realized that she really does qualify as my direct enemy. If I donate to legitimate equality organizations, she donates to anti-trans organizations, she's directly my enemy because that means she's pouring more money into that cause against our community than I can gather for the community.
Yep. There's no amount of fund or green raising we can do to
match her numbers.
No. And she is, and like I said, honestly, if it were just her original take on the thing, we could have worked with her.
Having an opinion's one thing.
But she went whole hog, I hate them because they hate me too.
You know what? Did they hate her at first? Because I could have sworn that
you had some extremists.
Was
you had some
forerunner for so many children being comfortable coming out of the closet.
Out of the closet for being gay, not for being trans. Here's
the polyjuice potion. Nobody's heard of that?
Right. She had Tonks, who was a fucking could change.
She was an animagus.
Right. So, but she could change any individual part of her face or whatever to whatever she wanted. She was really good at it. But my point being is her initial stance was something had to do with the sports, and she didn't quite understand how that would work because she's an older person. She had an old way of looking at it. But the big problem is that once she got from the extreme of the left or the extreme of the trans community, maybe even, she got so angry at the response from them specifically that she decided to go whole hog. I hate all of them.
That's gross.
And it's
as a matter of fact, there was a good solid year where I didn't know if I had a problem with it. It was when I saw horrible misrepresentation. The only thing that I can say was I can see the issue. When we saw Chelsea Manning avoid treason charges, focusing on being transgender, when we saw Caitlyn Jenner avoid manslaughter charges, focusing on being transgender. My favorite was there's a Leslie something. She was a debater on a live stage up against Ben Shapiro. And when Ben Shapiro quotes her as sir,
Oh, the way she like,
he used her sirness
yeah,
and grabbed him by the back of the neck and threatened his life like a man could do.
yeah,
But a woman is not capable of doing such a thing.
yeah. She was definitely late in life and probably not really even fully a transitioner. I'm not even sure. I'm not gonna say she's not trans, but I don't think that person had been in any hormones or anything, because she was very much manhandling him.
Very much manhandling, and they did not defend Ben Shapiro when he was physically violated
Yeah,
and then physically threatened.
right.
I didn't know somebody
Where you
manhandled Ben
dislike-
Shapiro.
That's an instance where you dislike the individual who did that.
I
But-
guess I don't want to call it manhandled. That's gendering it.
No, I do, because that person directly got rid of the supposed
Femininity.
gender they were trying to claim to be mannish and imposing and misogynistic and domineering.
See, I don't know any of this shit.
Yeah.
I'm under a rock.
And so no, if they hadn't literally abandoned the identity they were claiming to do that, I would have said sure. I agree with you. But they like abandoned the whole feminine identity that they had taken on
Yep.
completely.
I feel like if it weren't for
For
like
women who have that issue with DV, imagine sitting in a room.
right,
You think you're in a comfortable setting with your women, and it's just women. Trans women are women. And then a man shows up,
right.
violent, aggressive, and physically dominating.
Is she literally pictures she at this point, this person was, to me, in appearance, had just started transitioning, and they were very much toward their middle aged, right? So like very strong still masculine physical features, which is not something they can necessarily help, especially if they're only just starting hormones or whatever the case may have been. But the fact of the matter is, it was literally a 6 foot something person grabbing, let's face it, Ben Shapiro's a small dude, grabbing him by the back of his neck. Their hand covered their entire back of their neck, much like mine at 6'5" would. Had him in a deathlock. And because I'm not a Ben Shapiro fan, y'all know I don't fucking like the man. He's a piece of shit. But like, had him in like a death grip on the very back of his neck and held him in place. Like, you could tell he could not move.
You do that again, and you will leave here in a body bag,
That's the exact words that person used.
or leave here on a
And they
stretcher.
said it in a low, slow tone, right in his ear.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Caught it all.
It
Our
was,
microphone caught it all.
it was very, very much so the strong man mentality, the strong man persona. It was very much not somebody who is trans would normally do that I've seen, or at least not try to represent themselves as publicly like that. It was not, but like I said, that's a case where you dislike the individual, not the entire person, not the entire group, not the entire movement. You dislike that individual, right? That's where that should be.
Yeah, I just feel like the argument, like the bathroom stuff, got so blown out of proportion that like we can't even have these more like in-depth kind of conversations without like coming off as taking a side, you know, like.
What's funny, Oppo? Here's a fun. Okay.
Pull on that one.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's funny. It's a little story about me. When I was 18, I worked at Barnes & Noble, right? And they sold Playboys, Playgirls, all those kinds of things, whatever. And when I was working there, when her, I don't know what you call it, her volume, her issue, the issue of the Playboy that she was in, came out. There were stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks. hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pre-orders. Like, it was insanity, right? Well, because of the peak, I was like, why is everybody so obsessed with seeing this specific woman? And then, of course, I saw she was, WWF and all that kind of stuff, whatever. But I actually started listening to her. She wouldn't have done that. She might have been like, oh, if you want to go, let's hit the ring now, that kind of thing. But she would not have done that. She's actually kind of a soft person.
Didn't she? Wait, no, I'm thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, China's the wrestler.
Yeah. Was she on like Celebrity Big Brother or like Rehab House or something like that?
She might have been on one of those reality shows. Oppo, you want that issue? You're going to have to pay big money. I'm telling you that what? That shit was hot. Like, I had never seen so many people come in for one specific thing in general, let alone a Playboy, and then let alone for this one specific person. Like, it was like, I had never seen such a thing. We had literally an entire mountain of them, just several thousand issues just out in the middle of the floor, piled up like, one of those displays like Barnes & Noble do where they stack the books all crazy or whatever. Well, we didn't do that necessarily, but we did make stacks, like a ring of stacks of them, thousands of them. All of them sold out in the first 3 hours. All of them.
Let me recap for Goddess. So we were talking about Ozzy, then Sharon got brought up, and then Sharon kind of backed J.K. Rowling, and then we discussed J.K. Rowling's views, and then we discussed a couple of like trans people that have been, maybe not like the best representation. Yeah, and then that turned into China, whether or not China would have done such a thing.
I love Lucy Lawless. Wait a second, Dugald. You probably already know this, you and Hanji and AC.
What's up?
But on the off chance, did you know where the first Genesis story comes from?
Wasn't a Mesopotamian story?
The Sumerian list of kings. It's the Enlil and Enki story.
I knew it had to do with Enki, but I didn't know if it was where it was from specifically.
Enlil is El, which means that even in the story, El has a brother and a father.
So even the Most High still has more people.
Even the Most High still has other people and a higher than him. Yeah.
So who's his daddy?
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Who created the creator?
Right. All over again. So who's El's daddy?
I don't know. I didn't even get that far. I just knew that Enlil's Ugaritic name is Elion. Elion. So it's like, wait a second. What? It's the same God. No matter what we do, once you're in that region, that whole cradle of civilization region, the gods are all the same. Because Enlil is holy Hera. Hanji, help me. It's hold on. In the beginning was the void, and in the void there was chaos.
And Enlil's father is An, actually, in Akkadian, or Anu.
There you go. But in Greek mythology, El is okay. So
that would be
Kronos?
Uranus.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Uranus. That's El. But El has a father, which would be chaos.
Yep.
And in the Sumerian text, it is chaos.
Which chaos shows up in the Greek pantheon too.
Yeah, chaos is a primordial, always existed with the universe.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I
then
didn't
we
realize.
had yesterday, Jess cursed me out. Her name is Jess for Fun Girl. She cursed me out because we got to the first law of thermodynamics, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, so what are you trying to say? I was like, well, if you want to be all pretty about it, we're all accounted for, and we've always been accounted for. If the net sum energy of the universe is zero, we have always been accounted for. And our energy will always be accounted for. So this way, if God is a creator, if he adds or takes away, and if he is not of this realm, he is of another realm,
When he enters this reality, he will throw off the balance of the universe. Technically, if God is energy and he enters this universe, he would throw it out of balance, and therefore he can't exist in it. If he is outside of it, then he is never able to enter it because he cannot adjust our energy level.
Now, like, I'm an accountant just by like day, so like that makes me think of like a balance sheet.
It's kind of what it sounds like.
It's like, oh yeah, if you zero out, you're good, you're balanced.
Right. So if somebody donates 50, oh God, I almost went to Goonies. $50 bill. Okay, so let's say
$50 bill. He's so funny. I love that one.
So let's say somebody donates $50 million to a company whose net income remains due to proper finances at the appropriate zero at the end of the fiscal year because it needs to be zero. You're going to wonder where that 50 million came from.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be like, yeah, we're off by 50 million. And it's sticking out like a sore thumb.
Right. So God would be the 50 billion or the 50 Google that enters the system. And you would have to allot for the math because it's not balanced anymore. God makes the math wrong. So every time a Christian leaves their Bible to give me God, they start dealing with complicated math. They go 1 + 1 = 7.
Right.
You have to, and every time they add a property to God where God interferes, they throw the balance of the universe off. Because even when you have two particles that enter at different ends of the fields and show up at different parts, that quantum entanglement, there is no energy transference.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Like, energy can only transition. It can't be destroyed or created. So
right.
It would
There's
who knows? It would implode or like it would do something.
Explode or black hole the heck. But the most fundamental is God would be the strange matter that cancels out the universe.
Like a cancer on like the balance.
We have strange matter, and strange matter kind of deletes matter. Right? Like strange matter is kind of like a Langolier of space.
Don't give me fucking nightmares.
Right.
It's so weird.
Yeah, Mr. Toomey fucked us all up ripping that damn paper. Anyway. The thing is strange matter for me, in my mind, I view it as that Langolier of space-time.
Right, like the Langoliers have to eat it up because otherwise it's
right, but it's still not an addition or a subtraction of the energy. It is also accounted for. So, yeah, like I had to tell somebody whose mother passed away, right? And he was like talking about afterlife, and I was like, I can't take this away. She just, her funeral is tomorrow, right? So I was like, how about this? If energy can't be created or destroyed and only transferred inside of a closed system, your mother is always accounted for.
Right.
From the very beginning of time until the very end of it, your mother was accounted for and will always be accounted for, and her energy has not left the system.
Michael Floki wants to know if they can come up.
Of course.
I just have a question about Leviticus really quick. For anyone who might know.
What did you think of my exorcism?
What, the one from the other day?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was very rhythmic. I had fun with it. I danced.
Wasn't she so sweet? She's like, not only am I going to exercise you, I'm going to make this fun.
Yeah, she made it something.
It was powerful.
Power.
Had me in fucking orbit with that fluff. Power. I was. Oh my god. That shit
I was
so
like,
funny.
if she rocks my eardrum one more time with this. What's up, Dugald? What up? Power.
And then seeing your dance this morning, oh my gosh, that made it so much better. I was like, oh my god.
Oh god, it was great.
There was another video of a guy doing, I think, where I tagged you in it, and I was like, that reminds me of her.
Yeah, I was expecting somebody to just go. But nobody did it for me, and I was still kind of depressed. But yeah, that was, by the way, Dugald, that is my fourth exorcism.
Was it your fourth one?
Yeah, remember Father Mark? No, Father Mark did one for me. Remember?
I don't remember that. How'd that go?
Oh, he was so sweet about it. But yeah, he tried. He did the full, proper exorcism. My neck itched. Yeah.
I don't know what to do with that.
That's a whole ass like. Well, Father Mark, I think you went ahead and did about 5 times more than what the other exorcists did. My neck itched, so thanks for that. Now I got an itch on my neck for the rest of my day. Fuck off.
I mean, it went away when he stopped talking, but at one point I was like, wait, I feel something in my neck.
Fucking having a whole ass Kai moment from Kung Fu Panda 3. Oh wait, I'm feeling something. I think it's working. Not.
Yeah,
What choice not to do?
I got a condition, apparently. Everybody keeps trying to save me.
See, I swear, if somebody tries to pull an exorcist on me, I'm just going to go ahead and just start speaking random words in Latin.
Okay, I was gonna say, you know what voice not to do.
Yeah, I know. Or better yet, I could. But you give me an idea, Dugald. There is a voice I could do. Ooh,
I can do.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine somebody doing Smeagol?
Oh God.
I can do Bane, though.
Oh.
There we go.
Yeah.
The words are too.
I can also sound like Reagan from The Exorcist. Do you know what she did? Yeah, I mean we can do this. Or I can do Buffalo Bill. Wait, what's your favorite person? I mean, what do you want?
or better yet, just start sounding like the Golgothan shit demon.
Yeah, well, I was dancing like David before the Lord with all my might. You saw that?
Something tells me that is probably something I don't want to hear.
What?
The sounds of that demon.
Yeah. It sounds like mustard coming out of an empty bottle.
I mean, I can make that with my mouth, but I don't want Dugald to start getting cringy.
That's it. I'm just gonna
People do too many things, make too many sounds with their mouths.
Yeah, some noises
Yeah, that's
I'm here for because there are some noises I don't need to hear, and it's just the way that works. Just don't need it. The sticker's pissing me off.
Oh, speaking of which, different.
You don't know what Chris is.
A quick gear shift. Fluff, did you hear that there is a theory that is currently being explored by scientists that we may be existing in a black hole?
Yeah.
That was intriguing.
Do you know why some people think that we are existing in a black hole, but we are not?
just existing in a black hole. We are the quasar from the black hole.
Yeah, I kind of started watching. I got about halfway through it.
Yeah, we're the respewing of the black hole's gathered information, which is why some people do not believe in the heat death, the Hawking Ada death. Huh?
I was saying hi to people. You're good.
The Hawking beta radiation death is nearly impossible because we inside the universe have mass. It is always inevitable.
Right.
Okay, you got some serious noise going on.
Yeah, it sounded like you were wrestling with something real quick, like a ghost, and you're like, I'm still here.
My bad. No, I apologize. I'm actually stepping outside for a minute because I just went ahead and took down a TV stand, but you guys are in my earbuds, so that's how I can listen to you. So I will mute.
Reset the light bulb.
Dugald, reset your goal, darling.
Oh, thank you guys.
Reset the goal, Dugald. Reset the goal. Okay.
Here, Dugald. Put a little goal in the basket.
What is happening?
Puts the lotion back on the skin, or else you gets the hose again.
Yeah, you don't know what goals are.
That one.
I want the hose again.
My.
Fan.
Hey.
We gotta be careful giving people the hose. You never know, you know.
I'm sorry. I'm still a drink from the hose kid, so when somebody says hose, I'm like, yeah, that's good water.
Not like the Mrs. Doubtfire when she's like, Lyle, get back in your cell. Don't make me get the hose. That.
No. Not HOSE, HOES.
Hose, HOSE.
No, I can't get hose. I'm sexy until I start moving and they realize I'm made of Rice Krispies.
You got me, Fluff. It's okay.
Yeah. But if I try to drop it like it's hot, I'm going to need a couple of friends to help me pick it back up.
I got you. I'll put you back up.
And there
What are
definitely
you saying?
There definitely isn't a list. I'm not on any lists.
I'll raise you up so you can be on mountain.
See, I was thinking that you were going to go with you could raise me, I'll raise you up so you can put the leg on the shoulders. I mean, that's where my brain started going.
I stay strapped.
Yo, I'm just realizing we have literally only one spot for Christians.
Okay, I'm going to drop.
Yeah.
I gotta drop me. I gotta make dinner.
I'll
Right.
drop. Okay.
Nope, Fluff, you're fine.
Okay.
I'll drop. No worries.
All right.
Just wanted to hop up and say hi.
I appreciate you all. Sorry, but when we get too friendly heavy, you know they don't come up. They don't like to come up and talk to us then.
Well, sometimes we get those ones that are like, I'll take you all on.
This person in the YouTube chat right now just said, God has taken me to hell many times to watch people being judged and thrown into the lake of fire. And a few times I made him angry and he threw me into the fire. You are all walking toast. Sorry, dudes.
I'm
Does anybody remember the Jerky Boys?
No, but that comment from that guy is exactly how I feel every time I go to a Christian wedding.
Really? Really? I avoid weddings.
Absolutely.
I do. I avoid weddings.
I feel like it's hell. I'm like, I DJ, so I have to go.
Tell me a catering hall that has good food.
Not one. There isn't one.
None that I've experienced. There might be one out there, but none of the one I've had.
And now you know why I don't like weddings.
Yeah, not a fan. Honestly, I would love it if a wedding just did like a baked potato bar.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, W baked potato bars.
Or an open, like, make your own Sunday bar.
I was at a wedding on Saturday, and they had Kenyan cuisine. And that was...
What if
I
you
had-
had a wedding chapel attached to a farm, that also did receptions.
I just have to tell you to cut in. So my 25th wedding anniversary is next April, and we eloped getting married. And so what we want to do to renew our vows is I want to get married in a 1980s prom dress and a drive-through by Fat Elvis. So bad to renew our vows.
That's funny.
So, because our wedding story was hilarious. But anyway, so I just had to tell you about that. Now you can stop me because I'm really excited about getting married in a drive-through by
Well, I can't wait to see pictures of that.
It's going to be great. I'm so excited. I told Deborah she's going to be my maid of honor.
I eloped. I did elope, and I had fun eloping.
So did I. Oh gosh.
I was preparing it all. It was going to be so nice. I wanted to do a winter wedding with a winter fall theme. The bridesmaids were going to be dressed in fall dresses, like a gold underlay with a sheer over top, and it's colorful.
Assalamu alaikum, Habibi.
Assalamu alaikum.
Love you. So cute. Love you.
All right.
Love you, Habibi.
Bibi.
Hi, Habibi.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Love you. Love you, Habibi. So cute. Love you.
We'll give you a few minutes. All right. I forgot what I was going to say.
Love you.
I forget. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, my friend, he was a florist. We did this one wedding, and it was like this strange request for the flowers, but and centerpieces and stuff. But it was like basically we turned it into like a fall pixie land wooded thing. Like there was like basically the centerpieces draped over so large, but they made like lights over top of like everything. So when you walked in, it was dark, but there was all these like basically like lightning bug type lights everywhere with like these various colored pumpkins that we placed everywhere, and like fall colored like leaves and flowers, and just like, and there was just stuff like we even did like leaves on the ground, and like it was really pretty. It was really pretty.
That is both of yours is far classier than my elopement. My elopement.
Well, I just helped them do a wedding. It wasn't my wedding.
It was here. Before I lose my train of thought, before I completely forget it because I have the severe ADHD.
I got you.
Same happens to me all the time. Go ahead.
I want one full deconstructionist day. I brought this up where we all focus on one topic, one image, and we never let the Christians move from it.
I'm down for that. How do you want it to go down, though? How do you want that to work?
Well,
just transfer live to live, and it just be that.
Yeah, whoever is live that day, if we're live at all different times of the day or the night, if we're crossing panels, the topic is the same, the image is the same no matter where they go.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's cool.
I like that. That'll be a cool idea.
Political group, the MBM or MBW or something, they do that for political stuff. It's really, really cool. Yeah.
Misbehaving women, I know them.
Yeah.
Really, that's awesome because I'll see like one Christian jump from my panel and we're talking about God is unjust, and then they go to Jesus Christ, or they'll go to slavery, or they'll go to wars, and I'm like, no, because now people are chasing you around going, but they said this, they said that. Stick one topic for one day, like a Saturday or a Sunday. One topic, one day, one image, all deconstructionists. All day.
I'm into it. Yeah, let's do it.
I'm out and about right now, but I am heading home. That's why I'm mute.
Okay.
I would tell you the elopement story really fast. It involved the military, a whole bunch of military guys. I was the only girl, a blow-up sheep, if you know what I mean. A blow-up sheep. They got pulled over by a trooper and took pictures with the blow-up sheep and the trooper. we got over to Elko, Nevada. The Justice of Peace had just left. So we went to Walmart and we wanted to get bathing suits. But, you know, a whole bunch of military dudes, they decided to put on bikinis and walk out with 2 small bikinis on holding a blow-up sheep. So they got kicked out of Walmart. So then we drive back to Utah because my husband was stationed in Utah. We were trying to find a judge to marry us, but there was a judges convention. So 10 miles over in the town.
A judges convention.
Right? I didn't even know something like for real. So 10 miles over, there was a part-time mayor in the town of Roy. So we drove over there. This dude had the worst comb over I've ever seen in my life. And he kept calling my husband, his name is Jesse. He kept calling him Jessica, which made it even funnier. So that's how we got married, in jeans and a t-shirt with a blow-up sheep.
I had a wedding dress that was handed down to me. I received it when I was 16. My sister grabbed it from me for her reception. Ripped it. I had to get it fixed and all that stuff. So here I am, 22, getting ready to get married. This is my dress. And my mother-in-law happens to say the dumbest thing. I know how a wedding is supposed to be. And she was trying to tell me that I needed to have his sisters as my bridesmaids.
Thanks for coming up, AK. I love the story. That was funny.
And then, that was a Thursday. She pissed me off. I got married on a Wednesday. And she wasn't invited. And I had a cold. All the omens to not get married happened. I had to chase my husband down the street because he got a spider web on him. I ended up having like a random nosebleed, a cold, a heat rash. And then at the last minute, instead of wearing my dress, I had to run over to Marshall's. I spent $19 on a dress, $10 on a pair of shoes from Payless. I still had a cold, so I couldn't smell anything. I get there, my mother shows up, my brother-in-law shows up in a cast and crutches. And after I said I do, I almost fainted because I didn't realize that I actually got married until I got married. Yeah. Getting married was not really something I had planned. I did it to make sure that I can keep dating the guy that I was dating.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Like, everybody else was like, woohoo, we're going to do this. I'm like, oh, God, what am I doing? 2 weeks later, I literally almost had, like, a full-blown mental breakdown. I realized that I was married to the last penis I will sleep with, and I had a crisis, an identity crisis, an existential dread crisis. I looked at him, and I was like, are you sure this is what you want? Is it real? And yeah, it took a couple of years, but yeah, I'm stuck with him. He's mine. 21 years later, and I'm married. Here I am. I love you.
Sounded so convincing.
Hello, everyone. I've missed you.
Raven.
Hi, Raven. How was everybody?
Yeah, AK had one of them, like, oh my God, romantic story. Fluff had that kind of Quentin Tarantino kind of life right there.
The journey wants to talk about my numbers. There's only 62 people in here. We're on my backup, number 1.
The journey, you really said that we support P3DOs. Like, what the fuck?
Who supports? Nobody does that.
Yeah.
Nobody does.
Nobody supports that.
To the wood chip.
I take that back. A lot of Christians and a lot of Muslims do, but
I guess Trump supporters.
We're having fun, and all of a sudden you're like, smell my cheesy hand. I touched myself.
Right.
You gotta stop being weird, okay? And I know what I said was weird, but you're weirder.
And what's your obsession with other people's genitals and what they do with them?
Who, me?
No.
Oh.
Him. I'm sorry, you worship a God of journey. That means you have a religion. I am so tired of Christians and their inability to just admit it's a fucking religion. You believe in a God. That means you have a religion. You especially have a doctrine. You have a book. You have a religion.
Well, that explains a lot. Journey is probably...
You're a Christian. If you believe in the Bible of Jesus Christ, you're a Christian.
I'm guessing Journey's like 14 or something because
probably
the use of unk and ants.
Wait, don't let me misgender you. They, them.
Yeah, the journey. That's just the journey. Hey, Seth.
Well, just like that Journey song, I guess, Don't Stop Believing.
Speaking of Seth, we haven't talked to him since, or Benny, since he put in his spicy video.
Wait, is there a spicy video now?
Do you not pay attention, Benny?
I'm sorry. I'm like very bad. I guess I need to go look at things on my other account here real quick.
It is being suppressed. It's a crime. Oh, the journey doesn't like that.
Oh, so he's
G-A-Y.
homophobic.
I love TikTok. I'm sorry, that was just a slip. I am G-A-Y.
Oh, you got a Journey. You got a microdose before you talk to people, because macrodose and you're like, I can't take it. You're crashing out in comments. You okay? You need a hug? Want a friend? Want an adult? You need adult supervision? The gays gonna get you, lock you up, throw you in the basement?
Wait, by the way, what? I lost my hair at 23, the journey. Why do people think making fun of a physical thing that I'm fully aware of is insulting?
You know what's really funny? Women like bald heads.
Me too. Yeah, my husband shaved all his hair off.
I'm on camera, the journey. How am I an insecure adult? Are you a child?
Are you drinking? We don't support that here.
If you're a child, then you need to be gone.
Died in her, but you just want Brody. Oh, you're 14.
What the fuck?
Yep, that's been blocked and muted.
Yeah, you can't come up.
Child.
It's a child.
Actual child.
Blocked and muted.
Called it.
Nope, we don't.
When he said unk and ants, I was like, yeah, he's definitely like 14.
This is not. Yeah. We don't talk to children here. That's a somebody else thing.
I will gender him too. It was definitely a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Violets. Are you over 21?
Yeah, I'm 22.
Perfect.
Okay.
And what's your take?
I think that religion has made us fall behind as a society, actually.
Snaps.
Yay. It's nice to hear that you get that.
Yeah. Even if we go back to time and when Galileo was like exploring the universe by looking through a telescope, and the religious leaders at the time told him that he couldn't do that because they were proving him wrong about the Earth being in the center of the galaxy, and they put him under house arrest instead of like unaliving him. That definitely set us back a really long time, and it still continues to set us back.
The burning of the various libraries and teachings and writings over the centuries, all those lost inventions that had to be rediscovered. I get it. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
All of that. I like the fact that you agree.
Well, I can give my space to another opposition, but, thanks for having me.
Well, I appreciate you coming up, and I'm glad you see the light.
Thank you.
I knew that Violet was going to be cool because they had a Smiling Friends profile picture.
I know what that is.
Oh, it's
you should see that. Yeah.
It's funny.
Never seen it. No idea.
Damn it! Like my volume, like the speaker on my phone is fucked up. Like I had to. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can use my microphone.
But we have the thing, so we hear you. So you're telling
How do I
us it's not working, but we hear you just fine. You're starting to make us feel like we're crazy.
No, it's me.
Well, now I'm starting to feel like it's me.
No,
You're joking.
it's me.
It's like I'm not allowed to say it anymore, but the tippy taps need to up. These new TOS, man.
Does it hurt the live if I do it while up here?
It hurt. No, that doesn't. The new terms of service say that we can't ask for the
GGs.
we can't ask for the
Yeah, we can't say it.
the presence.
Yeah,
we can't, and we can't ask for the tippy taps.
So weird.
They want. I think they're trying to say the engagement is just from your own doing, like just being here. They think that the engagement should just be natural, but we all know that's not how that works. We all know that's not how that works. That's just not how that.
Guys, if we can set it up for one day this summer where we all do one mass live, so no matter which live it is, it's the same topic. A few of us can get together, figure it out. Grandpa Books wants "Why Does God Allow Evil?" I still want the image with the body bags and the war-torn city. But we can all figure out something that'll work, because the thing is we can all handle objective and subjective morality. We can all handle the laws inside of the book. We can travel from any part of that book over and over and over again, break down any scripture. But if we don't veer from the scripture and force them to read it at every turn, they can't run. They can't say it's a misinterpretation on our end. It's a misinterpretation on theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Force them to think that they're dealing with a religion, and they'll treat it like a religion. But it's their religion that they're actually fighting against. So if they're fighting against us religiously, they're fighting against every single last word of their scripture.
Well, I'll host one if you just tell me. We just have to arrange it. Why don't we do this? Why don't we send out messages to the deconstructioners that we think would want to participate that day, and then we'll, whoever it is, we'll just have to figure out a schedule for it all, because if we get too many people, it's going to be a lot of hour-long lives, you know what I mean? So we got to be kind of careful of how many we ask, because there are a lot of us right now.
I was going to say all of us. All of us that will be going live that day.
Oh, literally everybody.
Literally
at the same time
everyone does it. Even everyone. This way, no matter where they go, Phil Bros or apologetics or Hebrew Israelites or any of them, no matter where they go, they are faced with the exact same.
Ooh, that would be good.
That'd be a really good idea, but I wonder if we'll be able to get certain people to do.
Yeah, we can get some people to do it. I mean,
Listen, I'm
Well, no, I'm
Jewish. I
saying,
got
like,
guilt going for me.
I
Who
want
do
a
you
lot
need
of
me
us-
to guilt?
I want a lot of us to go and do it, but I'm saying I don't know that certain creators will.
Tell me the creator, and I will go make sure they do it.
I don't know that Thinker will jump on board with that. She might.
Oh, I got Thinker. I got Thinker.
You think so? Okay. And then actually everybody else aside from maybe, I don't know who else might. Jaren might be the only other one who might help.
Oh, okay.
because he runs a
I
specific live.
Yeah,
I
Joel
don't
and
think that-
Michael might stick solely to their particular method.
Yeah.
I think
I
they'd
don't
be up
think-
for it.
Yeah, but I
they
still
might
think
be.
they do the topic. It does. Everybody's style can still be different, but like the topic itself can.
What is the topic we're looking to do?
We're not sure yet. We're going to work that out, but we're just
Okay.
trying to plan or figure out how many of the deconstructioners we have that would be willing to participate.
Yeah,
You got me.
I do like the idea, like so they can't shop around.
Yeah, they can't jump live to live. They'll be confronted with the same thing in every one of them. We'd want it to be a really good one that they are uncomfortable with dealing with.
I'd go live if it means, I have that topic as well.
I could talk to Josh.
Okay.
I probably could talk to Megan too.
I'll talk to Justin and Christina and a few others.
Yeah, so I'll hit up Thinker, Josh, and Megan.
We have a worldview. God loves women and children, and God gives us free will. These are their arguments. And Jesus was crucified for our sins. All of these things we can break down.
Yeah.
But the general topic has to lead to the same image in the background. Right? Because we all have our personalized images, but if somebody sees us but can't shake the image, I don't want them to lose.
Oh, no, I'm on board with the image, but as long as the topic, we'd want to keep the same too for that very reason.
Ursa May brought up a really good point. And I said Blitz earlier because I don't know if Blitz, like Dr. Blitz, would get on board. Same
Yeah,
with
I don't
Dr.
know.
Bowen, Justin, Daniel.
I've got Josh.
Justin
I'm sure I
might-
can get Josh
Justin might.
and Megan.
He would still do his style, but Justin might still do the topic and maybe the image too.
So what about Justin, Joel, and Daniel?
That's what I'm saying. I'll talk to Justin. Yeah, I'll talk to Justin.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah,
About to
but-
say, if we need science involvement, I could definitely get a hold of Blitz. Me and him are friends.
Yeah,
Okay, if you want to talk to Blitz and ask him, that'd be great. We can do
I
that.
can ask Blitz too. I just need to know the topic.
What about Atheist Z?
To Z too. Me and Z are buddies. I got it.
Yeah. She's
I could reach out to Board Agnostic.
Oh yeah, board.
Also, I
Quan.
have.
Hold on, guys. We gotta name
I was
names
about
at
to
once. Yeah. So I'll talk to Christina. I'll talk to Rhea. I'll talk to Justin, and I'll talk to Jeff.
Somebody get Quan and Fox because I wouldn't be able to get in touch
Quan
with
and Fox, and also Birdie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Birdie's in my Discord, so I can just ask Birdie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. There's somebody else I'm thinking of, and it just.
I can talk to Born Again.
Sai.
Yeah. Real doesn't like to do the hosting because he doesn't have the
Mac.
patience for the people.
That's who I was thinking of. Mac.
Somebody else will have to talk. Somebody will have to talk to Mac and Zoom.
I can do Born Again for
So,
sure.
I know so too.
runs that one.
Yeah, she's
I'm
awesome.
close with Christina and me and them. Yeah, but
The
somebody has to
smaller-
talk to Oso, Zena, and Mac.
The smaller creators that I'm friends with, I will let them know too that aren't like well known, like Mazonoff, Kush the Skeptic, and a couple other ones.
I can let Cyber know also.
Ooh, Joyful and Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal J as well.
Yeah, I can talk.
Good idea, Fluff. I like
I
this.
talk to those two all the time.
It's a very good idea,
I like this a
Fluff.
lot. Yeah.
But I do think, I agree. It should be a topic that's really uncomfortable for them, but something we'd all be willing to.
Oh, I could also let the Relentless Skeptic and Dark Knight.
Deborah, I'll
I
talk
could.
to Deborah too.
Oh yeah, I could talk to Deborah. I just need to
Mara's
talk to her on
here.
the phone.
Tamar is here. She probably
Tamar.
wants to do it as well.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
There
So here's
goes
what we'll do.
Alexis Patman and Sekhmet.
Oh, I got Sekhmet.
Why don't we do
Okay,
this?
that's-
Everybody send. I don't know, Fluff, if you want to be the organizer of, or if you want who you want to do it. It doesn't matter. But whoever we designate for that, everybody send their. Hey Zach, send the names that they're going to talk to about it to somebody, just so we can make sure we cover all the people. And then we just kind of check in with what everybody's on board with and what they're not. And then after that, we can nail down like the topic and then the image that you all want. Everybody.
Oh, definitely Deborah. Deborah's able to do it on the weekend. I know that. She's working during the week, which is why she goes live on the weekend now.
She goes live on Sundays. Her and I, yeah. I can talk to her.
We can do it on Sundays because it's like our slowest day, or we can do it on Saturday. Like I don't.
Weekends are hard for me.
Oh shoot!
Because I'm usually in Chicago.
Getting a swerve on.
Like a week-long
August
topic and
scheduled.
staggered the different lives.
Well, I don't have August covered yet, so I'll have to figure that out. I'm not sure what days I have in August, if I have any.
I really like that idea, honestly, because if it's just one day, they'll be like, oh, okay, they'll probably like switch up tomorrow. But if we do it for an entire week, where it's just constantly everyone is doing the same exact thing and they cannot run from it, I think that will really push the message.
J Mike is fine. If I want to talk to Justin, he can do it. Or if Benny, if you know J Mike, you can talk to him.
Oh yeah, I guess like what I was gonna plan on doing was just like on the Deconstruction Discord. I was just gonna tell all the different creators on there.
Let's just do that. Let's just do that.
I just sent the live to Justin. I told him to come here. So if he pops in, bring him up.
All right.
And I'll grab the people I know that aren't in the junction. Like I know Josh and Megan aren't, so I'll just text them.
I'm gonna drop so you have space.
If you pop in, drop me. Rabbi, I messaged you about Leviticus. I just wanted to
we don't do sacrifices anymore. The mikvah is still a thing.
Okay. So it's just that part that it's like phased out at this point.
Yeah. So what happens is once the destruction of the second temple happened, we had to devise ways to continue Judaism in the absence of. So rather than sacrifice, we pray 3 times a day. Those 3 times a day is supposed to be our sacrifice because we are sacrificing our time. We're taking away from whatever we are doing in the moment, whether it's work, leisure, whatever, and we are sacrificing that time to be in prayer. The mikvah, however, is Leviticus 19. The mikvah is still in effect because we still utilize it. We utilize the mikvah not just for people, but we call it tovela, and you take new dishes, things like that. You go through the mikvah to make them holy. So the mikvah is still very much in use, but we no longer do sacrifice.
Okay. Because I was following, I don't know if you know her, Miriam Izagwe, I think you pronounce her last name.
I do know Miriam.
Yes, I was following her, and I remember watching her videos on her going to the mikvah, and it was just, I think that is such a beautiful thing. I wish that more people would, do something similar to that, just because I like a
lot of men are starting to do it in Judaism because they are wanting to also make themselves purified for re-engaging intimately with their wives. So it's not just women who only engage in the mikveh any longer. There's a wide sweeping amount of men who are also going to the mikveh around the same time their wives are, so that they can. And the mikveh is for a lot of things. You want to, if you need to feel connected in some way, you might say, "Hey, I'm going to go to the mikveh." You've just gone through a really rough time. You might say, "I'm going to go to the mikveh." There's a lot of reasons that someone might.
This is actually a really good time to point out that Rabbi Hannah and I co-host a monthly special every month called An Atheist, a Rabbi, and a Priest Walk Into a Live. Is where basically myself hosts while we have members of the clergy and actual Catholic priests, whether it be Rabbi Hannah's brother or Father Mark, sometimes Archbishop maybe, come in. And then maybe if we can get another clergy from another denomination. So basically it's just clergy talking to believers honestly about what the text says and means, and not the weird Christian thing that Christians tend to have. So yeah, join us then. It's on the 27th. I believe we're doing the 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, so that's 11 my time, right? Yeah.
I believe so. It might be a little bit later. It just depends on what time my partner leaves that day, but I'll keep you all posted.
We also need Father Mark.
Yeah, I will talk to Father Mark. I know he's been busy. He has some health issues that sometimes, just sap the energy right out of him.
Yeah.
So I will text him and check in with him, see how he's doing, and see what we can get him, or the Archbishop, who I texted yesterday. So
yeah,
Archbishop is taking it as easy as he can.
I know.
would have pulled him in on it, but he can't really do more than like 5 to 10 minute lives at a time.
yeah, he's really.
Well, that's why I said
he does need to
sometimes.
reserve.
Because we've done.
And I will talk to Zadok too. I will see if Zadok will come do it. Although Zadok's right in the middle of writing like a thesis on what he calls the Codex, about the ontological implications of his freaking Calvinism. Oh, my brother. So I know he's working really hard on that. He keeps sending me updates. He's like, I got this part. And I was in a live yesterday where I was answering a question. That mother trucker puts in the comments, the Codex could answer this. I'm like, I'm going to come down to that comment section and beat your ass. I swear to God.
That's amazing. That's hysterical.
I am going to because I am having some kind of going through the change, ups and downs.
Oh, honey.
I know.
I feel you.
I love you.
Love you too, guys.
Rest, hydrate.
I'm trying my best. It feels like I can't get enough water, but I'm interspersing like water with food. And the sea has honey. So I'm not and I'm every once in a while it's not filtered water, it's tap water because I'm pushing for minerals. I don't know what's going on with me. I've watched The Prophecy 3 times.
Are you going through the change, you said?
Yeah, August I
Definitely
had a partial hysterectomy.
Oh,
Everyone froze on
definitely electrolytes.
Yeah, I feel like I'm hot and cold. Like I'm cold, but I'm sweating.
I hear you. Oh my gosh, I empathize so bad with you right now. That is exactly what I'm going through at the same time. My mom was done with menopause before she was 50, and I'm like a year from 50, and I'm like, this is terrible, Mom. I'm so sorry I ever gave you shit. This is freaking awful.
Yeah, it's kicking my ass, actually.
Rabbi Hannah, don't tell your brother this, but I'm a little disappointed he's a Calvinist.
Oh, I am too. What are you talking about? And he's a hard determinist.
Yeah, I caught a brief whiff of that last time I interacted with him.
Yeah, he is a hard determinist. That is the thing that him and I really go at. And I'm like, you were raised to Jew. Where are you getting this?
Wait, who's your brother?
Hierophant. He's a Anglo-Catholic priest. He's my brother.
Shoot.
Love you, Fluff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Love you, Fluff.
He likes to say that I'm the nice one in the family, and he's the one who will drag you. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm getting to that point.
Yeah, I
ranted. My most recent video I've just put up today, I rant. And I'm like, somebody told you I'm a bitch, go hear it again. Go hear it again. Because if I'm the nicest person you know and I was a bitch to somebody, you got to ask yourself, what the hell did they do?
Right. That's insane.
Back to making dinner, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'll be listening though.
Have a good one.
Thanks for having me, Dugald.
This chat is so wild. Lord Vega is saying, have any of you actually read the Bible and prayed to God?
Yes.
Have you ever prayed and read the Bible?
All the time.
Of course. I
read the
have.
Bible once. I've tried to read it again, and it's just so tedious.
The scripture is my entire life. I read it on the daily.
Right.
And that praying to God, I've done that lots of times.
And
And,
I
as
did-
everybody who knows me knows, I'll beat his ass in my backyard.
And I did pray once upon a time, many times, very earnestly,
I used to.
with all feeling and heart involved, every bit of the word.
I don't think I've ever actually prayed. I don't know if I have.
I tried to pray my gay way. No GAY way.
I did that.
I did.
You know,
too.
I'm going to tell you, there is a thing within Judaism that says the night before Purim, if you can pray for anything that you want, and God is supposed to give it to you. That is what, it's a midrashic tale of this thing that happens right before the festival of Purim.
Yeah.
I did that. Like, I just want to wake up normal. I just want to wake up like everybody else. And of course, I still woke up gay. And it took me a really long time to realize that that's exactly how I was supposed to be.
Rabbi, you gotta say GAY now.
What? When did this happen?
As of last week, because that's why I'm on my backup right now, because I got bananaed on my main for calling. Remember that day I called ancient ites and Romans and Greeks GAY?
Yeah, but they are.
I know, but they that's why I got bananaed, was because I said that.
Did they update the TOS? Because the TOS says you are.
No matter if you're part of the place or not. So you guys say GAY or rainbow or something else.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that's ridiculous.
That's what I said. I'm like, I am GAY. What is the problem?
Right.
That is, oh wow, that's wild. Yeah, I tried doing it, and it came a long time before I realized it's very possible God did exactly answer my prayer because there was nothing wrong with me in the first place.
Right.
Oh
Nothing wrong with me.
I am in love with this username. I did not mean to invite them, but I am in love with their username. Brown
Power bottoms
sugar
for
Bambi.
Jesus?
Brown sugar.
Nice.
I love it.
Very nice.
PFP?
I like that.
I want to be a power bottom for Jesus.
Me too. I like to be stepped on sometimes.
I like
Occasionally.
You know.
You know the difference.
Reminds me, I was in a live last night. I need to message you something about Yahweh.
Okay, what do you do now?
Some fuck shit.
I'll tell you in message.
Yeah, some fuck shit.
Okay.
He's always doing some fuck shit.
I love that. I love that phrase.
Always.
Kendrick.
You know the difference between sexy and quinky, right?
Between what?
Sexy and quinky.
Quinky?
Yeah, you can't
can't say the other word.
Sexy and quinky.
Okay.
A sexy is using the feather, and quinky is using the whole damn chicken.
Rabbi, you never fail to shock.
I love you so much.
Can we just talk about something for a second? Do you remember when 50 Shades came? Right?
Yeah. Yes.
The book, and it was a big craze.
Yeah.
Like, it got all the white tea ladies just all in a tizzy, right?
Oh, they wouldn't know that if it looked them in the face.
I just thought it
Wild.
was funny because they gave me the rundown of what it was all about, and I'm just like, GAY people have been doing this for like 40, 50 years now. Y'all late.
Very late.
Y'all
Yeah,
real
when it
late to
came-
this party.
When it first came out, I have all the books. I've read them because my line of work, my previous line of work, I've seen all the movies. And I was just like, these are good, but the superior movie in this genre would be Secretary. That is the better movie with a different, also named Mr. Gray. He's a lawyer and he's played by, what is his name? Oh my gosh. I love him. Why can't I remember his name?
Hold on, and I'll tell you. He was in Boston Legal and crap like that.
All right.
All right, give me a second. Yeah.
Aye.
Yes, in
Send
the
you
chat.
a brief rough. If you want me to go into detail of Dugald on mine, I can tell you here. Dugald, I'm pretty sure you remember me with the dream that I had with Yahweh. I don't know if I told you, but Phoenix heard it last night, or should I say this
I
morning?
remember you telling something about it, but I ADHD, I
That
forgot the
shit
details.
felt so fucking real. It freaked me out.
Wasn't it like, wait a minute.
Grabbed my hand, and I could still feel it. I even know what he looks like, what he smells like. I'm not gonna lie, the man smells delicious. Saffron, cedar, jasmine. Oh my God. He smelled like the Arabian sands.
Why didn't you punch him in the face?
Why? He was extremely deliciously good looking. I'll give him that.
He's a god, of course he would
He
be.
says that he really likes chocolate and peanut butter pie, so there's that.
Chocolate peanut butter. Okay. So
that's a whole.
Well, next time you feel him, punch him in the face.
Okay, so when I came across him, he was 7 foot tall. He had beautiful bronze skin, like it was Arabian bronze.
Now you told me anything over 6 foot is automatically climbable, and you ain't trying to climb him.
Listen, I didn't know. It was an energy that I wasn't used to. But his hair was long, it was curly, it was slicked back. He had a 3-piece suit on. He had hair close to it was over his wrist. So he had hair halfway on his hands. He was very fit. He had an elongated nose, but with a Roman hump. His jawline was very structured. He had a very masculine jawline. And you could smell him as soon as he entered the room.
Sounds a lot like several Greek and Roman
cedar
gods.
and saffron that you would smell.
He sounds like he looks like several Greek and Roman gods.
Listen, I will just say, of course he's delicious. He's my dad, and you've seen me.
Fair point. But I wanted to let you know, I was I don't know if I'm fucking crazy, but when he grabbed my hand, it felt so real. Whenever you grab your friend's hand and they put their other hand on top of it, I could still feel it. That shit felt real. That shit woke me up.
He's still a dick, Hanji.
All I'm going to tell you, Hanji, is the next time this happens, you punch him right in the dick and tell him Hana says hi.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck his energy. I don't give a damn. He can smell pretty, look pretty all he want. Don't mean I'm not.
But I know his history, exactly. It's damn, if you weren't such a dick, you'd be fuckable.
You're trying to be a fuckboy? What the hell?
I know we're not over here talking about Yahweh the fuckboy. What is happening?
Right. Truth Watcher said takes notes for next D&D.
Take it.
I am done.
Wait, Yahweh's not in D&D, is he?
No.
He's about to be.
But he's about to be. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a fanfic somewhere.
No, you better call him one of these ridiculous names these people in Thinkers Live be coming up here adding all these.
Okay, I'm gonna change my name to Jesus the Fuckboy.
All these U's and H's they just keep adding because they think it's going to make it somehow more realistic. All these Yeshua.
I was in Thinkers Live the other night. She invited me in to talk about something, and then I just was kind of there for a little while, and people were saying this dude's name so wrong, and I was like, that's not how it's said, and I'm trying to explain it to this lady, and she's just like, well, that's your opinion, and Thinker's like, it's her fucking language. And so I didn't mean to, but I interrupted a guy. I didn't mean to, and I immediately was like, oh, you know what, you're right, I'm so sorry, and I silenced up. Thinker went off. She was like, listen, if she's on this panel, she's one of my co-hosts, and what we're not going to do. And I'm like, it's really okay. I'm really okay.
And to answer your question, Junior, yes, Yahweh flirted with me, and I was uncomfortable.
See, he gives you the ick. You deserve to punch in the dick.
Literally gave me the fucking ick. I cannot deny that fact.
That's a slogan we should have. Yahweh gives me the ick and deserves a punch in the dick. That should be a slogan.
Times, I love it.
Should be a slogan.
But Rabbi, he's very deliciously looking. I'll give him that. But yeah,
That's what my mom says
got the
too.
ick.
So, no offense, but so are all grapists. At least the suave ones are anyway.
Very true.
The suave ones are anyway.
And
Maybe
now
not your random grab you up in the park ones, but.
And now I can't stop hearing that freaking song "Date Grape."
Raven, that was you that changed your name? I saw Jesus the Fuckboy entered the chat, and I was like, wait, somebody, did we just manifest?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. All these abs they be giving Jesus, that works. I mean,
12. Why has he got 12?
they make that man look like he run cross country and occasionally he got the abs of a runner. Last time I checked, when you was super hungry, you don't have abs. You just
for real
emaciated.
Listen, I miss my abs because I used to run track and now I don't have 5 kids. I'm tired. I'm tired. My body tired. Like, and I have twins, so that
You know what
so
I
that
miss
she
is I
can
miss
work.
Black Jesus from the Like a Prayer video back in the day. I
yeah.
loved Black Jesus.
Oh yeah.
That dude was pretty as fuck.
Oh, thank you for the gifts.
Did you see what Chaos told you, Raven?
Huh?
See what Chaos told you?
Wait, just wait till Raven has his I know, right? She's gonna be like, "Who the hell is this?"
See how that works? See what you do yourself? Oh my God.
Truth watches. I'm tired of just thinking about having 5 kids. I know, right? And on top of that, I have twins. So, yeah.
Got 2 sets.
Oh no.
Blue Raven sounds like a good time to me, just saying.
Oh, I have a twin sister.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Anji, is Aries a dick?
Huh?
Is Aries a dick?
Nah, he's just emotional.
Gotcha.
So he's only slightly better than Yahweh.
Who, Aries? Aries is like 1,000 times better than Yahweh. He just gets in his fifis.
I'm just saying, he
Very
sounds like
aggressive.
the kind who cries after smacks. I'm sorry, but
probably.
Who?
He was fired.
I mean, yeah, because you have him emotionally open up. He becomes a big, big baby.
I always wondered, how did would Aries and Athena actually deal with the fact they both share wars in their portfolio?
Battle one is strategic, and they're constantly bumping heads.
Gotcha. So one's a big brute and one's a strategist. Gotcha. Hence being in his fifis a lot. That's what happens. The bigger they are, the bigger the feelings. That's why every man who puffs himself up, I'm like, there's a lot of big feelings in that frame.
Aries is literally a big teddy bear. Don't let that aggression fool you.
Yahweh's awful prickly rabbit, huh?
He does no. As someone who has
cries
actually,
after smacks. Definitely cries after smacks.
Yahweh, 1,000%.
I don't know. As much as he liked having his feet washed, I'm not so sure.
I will
Definitely. I'm pretty sure some of that smell you were smelling was the scent of the oils he's got his rear end lubed up with. I'm just saying.
Probably, because that shit was strong. That's the first thing I smelled before he actually walked into the room.
I don't know. He seemed to make who was it? Either Abraham wash his feet a lot.
He's that Yahweh is that deity that knows that he looks good, so he can get what he wants when he wants with someone gullible enough.
Maybe.
That's his energy. Narcissistic prick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Alana. Are you over 21?
Yes.
Perfect. And what's your take?
I guess I just wanted to say I was kind of commenting in the below there too, and I was just kind of saying that Christianity in general, I don't think is like destructive in any kind of way, but I think that people's viewpoint on it, like doing destructive things in the name of God, I feel like that happens more often than not. Like people don't really know what Christianity actually is.
Well, let me ask you this then. If you look at the entire history of it, right, from start to now, there's not been one period where Christianity didn't act exactly the way it does now. So my question is, if the religion has not changed, it has always been that way, why do you think it's not Christianity?
Okay, that's a good question. Let me think about it. Hold on. I think it's mostly just because like there are people who do really good things and then they label themselves as Christians. Like they do very generous, kind things, and they walk through their life kind of not really forcing it onto others. They just want to be good people, and then they still go to church, and they still do all of those things. While I feel like there's also a majority of people that tie like religion and government together, which obviously has always been a thing as well.
Christianity can't help but to infest itself. Like it's just the way it is by nature. The Great Commission alone makes it not ever not do that.
What's your take on it? I want to know what your take on it is.
I think Christianity is the worst thing to ever happen to humanity.
Okay. Can you explain to me why?
Yes. It has destroyed literally entire cultures and societies, which means we have lost a great deal of culture and religion in general from across the world. It has literally the highest body count of any religion ever. That includes Islam. It has no choice in the way it's set up but to infest everyone's life. It either by indoctrinating its children or through its already existing. It used to do it by force of blood and violence, but now it just does it through extreme indoctrination of the youth or people who are extremely low points in their life, or it gets into laws because Christians are taught to vote with it as well.
Right.
So the representatives take it and force it into schools like they have now, force it into laws like they do now. It's spawned Christian nationalism within our own country, which is not a new thing when you consider the history of the country, the religion.
Right.
It just seems to, no matter how much they espouse it to be good, when you read the book, it's not good. And people take that to heart and believe it. They do the bad things and they justify their bad things with what it says in the book because the book commands bad things.
Okay, yeah. I actually wanted to let you know that I'm like in 100% agreement with you. Like I'm on your side with this. I also just like I know some people that are of Christian faith. I'm agnostic.
Okay.
So like I'm just letting you know, like I'm hear you out and I see your perspective as well, because that's actually something I wanted to bring up as well too, because it's definitely something that, like I was saying earlier with our government, it's like it's in schools, it's in the government. It's like, yeah, obviously a reason why like people voted for, like, I don't know your political stance or anything like that, but you know, like why some people voted for Donald Trump, you know, because they were like, oh, he's a Christian man, you know, but I mean, does he really follow Christian values? No.
Well, what's funny is that he's a self-professed non-Christian. They just believe he is because he told them he would hold up their values for them.
Right.
The biggest problem is like the Christian nationalism that's here is all based on fundamentalism, especially evangelical fundamentalism. Christianity is just, it's as a whole, it's got a lot of, let's just say to me, the net negative is tip the scale beyond repair to the negative side than it has anything on the positive.
Do you think that you could still be a Christian if you like didn't go to church or you didn't read the Bible? Do you think that there's good Christians out there?
I think you're just making up your own God at that point.
Okay.
Because if
Why do
you're
you
not
think so?
following what's in the book, which is what tells you what this God is and does, then you're literally just making up a God that doesn't exist in that book.
Do you think it's completely like black and white, or do you think you can hold some Christian values while also kind of like having your own faith like outside of that?
Considering most of the Christian values were stolen from other places, I'm going to say you don't need it at all.
Okay.
If I might, so I think one of the things is that when we think of Christian values, it's like a box we put things into, and not realize like there are 45,000 Christian denominations in the world, each one with their own set of doctrine and what they think being a Christian is. But at the end of the day, a Christian is defined by, do you believe Christ is your Savior? If you believe Christ is your Savior, boom, that by definition makes you a Christian.
Okay. So you don't think that you can like agree with some of the things in the Bible and then disagree with other things?
If I can find
Well, I'm a Jew.
Same things
So,
in the
we have
Bible as I can, like Aesop's fables or something. I can find the same stories. Just
And I'm a Jewish person, so the way that we approach the text is completely different than Christianity.
so different.
Right. Okay. No, I just wanted to hear your perspective on that. That's interesting. Yeah, because like I said, like I identify with being agnostic. So I mean, I went to church maybe like 5 times growing up. So
I here's what I would say to if you ask this question of a Christian, I would, like Dr. Joe said, ask them flat out, what value does Christianity have that is exclusive to Christianity only?
Mm.
That other religions or other sources or other books or other just life experience doesn't teach you already.
Right. No, that's a good question. That's actually a really good question. Yeah, because I mean, there are tons of religions that like have similar values, and like you said, like they kind of pulled things from different religions already as it is. So they kind of just changed it to like fit their mold. I think in a way too. Yeah, like I've also seen Christianity be extremely destructive in the sense of like it's made people be like, oh, I hate gay people, or like I hate trans people, or just do hateful things in general, and then be like, oh, well, the book told me to do it. It's stupid, it's dumb.
Yeah, so. I agree with that. The Christian value system that like the commandments and all that kind of stuff came from the Mesopotamia and from Sumeria. The Hammurabi Code, the something of Ma'at, what is that?
Lies of Ma'at.
The 42 lies of Ma'at.
Laws, yeah.
Yeah, laws of Ma'at, like all those, like those books specifically, or not those books, but those credences, those laws, those ideas.
Cultures, yeah.
Yeah, they all came from there.
Okay, so
if you read the Egyptian Book of the Dead, you can read the negative confessions, and it's literally verbatim what the laws of Moses were.
So I had a question. How do you guys think that like, not to get like political, obviously I don't know where everyone stands, but how do you guys feel about like Christianity and like government right now?
I despise we're in a fascist state right now, and anybody who's sane and logical would know that that's a terrible thing.
Yeah,
and I would add the same way I feel about any religion. I would feel the same way about any religion and government. There's a reason why the Constitution makes no laws about religion, and why we have a separation between church and state. This is not a country that is supposed to be run on any any one religious idealism. It is meant to be a secular nation.
Yeah, we don't shy from politics in my life.
Oh, okay. No, I completely agree with you guys. I feel like a lot of right now, like MAGA supporters and all of that, and people that are really like diehard for Trump right now, tend to use that a lot to tear down people and to honestly to scare people too, which is really interesting. Like online, it's a lot of online though, and not in person, from what I've been kind of seeing.
I think that depends on where you live. If you're deeper in the South, you're going to tend to run into it more in person.
It's in person. I'm in Georgia. It's in person.
Okay. But if you're talking about like the Midwest, where they tend to be a little more like behind closed doors talking about people, then it's not going to be as in your face. But it's,
I was going to say, I'm in Arizona, so
yeah, it's still there. Same thing off to the West Coast and the the middle of the country as well. It just depends on where you're at. But yeah, it can be in your face depending on where you're at, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely just weird and confusing though. It's like that's something that I'm like, what the? Because I get into a lot of these lives. Also, by the way, thanks for being like super kind and like respectful and everything like that, and letting me talk as well. Because I've been in some of these lives, and sometimes people are very rude. So I appreciate it.
You're probably walking into lives that are specifically geared towards things that are in the text specifically. But tonight I'm on a generalized topic, so I'm not going to press you as hard.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm actually I'm gonna take off though. So thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah. Have a good night.
You too.
Oh, hello.
What did I say I was gonna? Hold on 1 second, Brandon. I'll give it to you just a second. Chaos. What did I say I was gonna run? I forgot what it was. Oh, geez, that's true. You know what? Thursday is my political live. I might mix it up a little bit and run that then. Remind me. Send me a DM in Discord, Chaos. All right. Brandon, you're over 21?
21.
Perfect. And what's your take?
on the background.
Yes, sir.
I can't see it that well. Can you explain it to me?
What are the overall effects of Christianity in the U.S.? Is it a net positive or a net negative?
Be honest with you, I'm gonna go with both.
How so?
Because Christianity did have a big role to do in the early start of America, like in the George Washington and the founding fathers. They based it off of Christianity because Christianity is the most moral.
No, they did not.
They did not.
We're gonna stop you
They
there,
did
Brandon.
not, love.
Is that
So most of the founding fathers were not Christian. They were humanists. A few of them were atheists, and the few that were Christians were still wanted to make sure that the founding of this nation was not based in any sort type of religion, because the reason people got here to the first place was to escape religious persecution. So they were here. A lot of them, yes, were Masons, and they were here to this idea of the creation of a nation that would ideally be better than where they came from, where you wouldn't have religious persecution. Someone was free to worship however they felt like.
What about the religious persecution that's happening to Christian? That's happening actually more frequently.
Christians are not
Christians.
Do you mean? I'm sorry, Brandon. Do you mean here in the United States?
Yes.
Christians
Because that's what we're talking about. The myth of Christian persecution in the United States is just that. It is a myth. Christianity is the most held belief, the majority belief system within the United States, closely followed by Islam. And so those two are the highest two religious doctrines in the United States. When somebody says to me something like Christian persecution, what they're saying is I now have to be uncomfortable, whereas before, being at the top of the food chain, I didn't have to be uncomfortable. But now the way I see the world is being changed, and I don't like it.
Well, right, here's the thing. When you said that, I'm sorry, I was in special ed. My comprehension ain't that good.
You're doing fine. You're doing a great job, Brandon. You're doing a great job.
Dang, what was I about to say? Forgot. It's gone.
It's all right.
Now, I know that there are a lot of people in the United States who are pushing back against this idea of Christian supremacy and Christian nationalism. And for people who are...
I remember what I was going to say.
Absolutely, go ahead. Absolutely.
And it's gone. Damn. Damn it.
Okay, so as I was saying, when people are used to enjoying a certain amount of privilege, when that privilege is pushed back on, it can seem very much like they're being persecuted. Accountability looks like persecution to people who have never had to be accountable for anything.
Yeah, they're uncomfy, and they don't want to sit in that uncomfortability.
Have you ever heard of the Roman emperor? I think his name was Nero.
Yes, I know who Nero is.
Wasn't he feeding lions to Christians?
There is a myth that he was feeding Christians to lions. It is a myth, and it has nothing to do with 2025 United States.
Yeah. Because you guys, the Christian faith, if it was ever persecuted, then that's a big if.
There was a little, but not to the degree
not on a mass scale that caused problems. Clearly, Christian persecution is just that. It's a myth across the board. There might have been a little bit of it throughout history, but it's been to a small amount that it's clearly not impeded in, because Christianity is still one of the largest, if not the largest, religion in the world. So,
I remember what I was about to say now. When you look at Christianity, right, and it's gone. It keeps coming and going.
Is it about the morals of it, or the way what it teaches?
No, I don't remember.
That's okay. But no.
Oh, and Rubber Hana. You never did hit me a text.
I have had some issues with my family, so I don't have a set schedule. Unfortunately, I have a few people in my house that are very disabled, and at a moment's notice, I have to attend things. I had to travel out of town a few times this last couple weeks to deal with family matters that were very heavy, and so I have not had a chance to get back to anybody.
Okay. It's okay.
What is that? Like right now, my entire house looks like a disaster, so I'm trying to clean while I talk because I've had to be absent for back and forth for a little while.
I understand.
I owe you and a couple of priests a call too. Father Mark is going to be like, "How come you never talk to me no more?"
You said I have a what?
A couple of priests that I have to get in contact with as well.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean that's what happens when you working hard work.
I mean that's true. Like I have a couple of jobs.
Now, when you look at Christianity at the whole, when you say Christianity is the most followed and top religion,
yes.
Actually, when you come down to it, from the people, if you take out all the lukewarm Christians and you take all the people, hear me out.
Who decides who's a lukewarm Christian, Brandon? Who gets to make that decision?
Actually, you can tell. You can tell by looking at people. You can tell.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
I mean, not by looking at by their actions. You can tell.
You can't. The only thing that is required, Brandon, to be a Christian is to believe that Christ is your Savior. Whether or not they hold to the same dogmatic idealism as other people matters not.
So you think as a Christian you can just sin all you want?
I'm not a Christian. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to explain to you is the demographic of what makes up Christians worldwide is based upon people who state loudly and identify themselves as Christian. Whether or not you believe that they are good Christians or bad Christians, or if they should be respected as Christians, matters not. All that matters is they have identified themselves as Christians, and thereby they are now Christian. I cannot tell somebody that they are not a Jew if they identify themselves to me as a Jew. I have to take them at face value. Okay, you told me you're a Jew.
Because you don't know what they are without watching them. And
all I was trying to say is the ones that are going to heaven and the ones that aren't going to heaven, the Christians are actually much lower than 2.4 billion. Much lower.
That is not for any one person to decide. And that's what I'm trying to get at.
No, I'm judging people. I'm not judging people. This is the truth.
Saying you are. We're not.
You are. No, I am. Brandon, you are. Because what you're saying is based on what you believe Christianity is and based on what you think a Christian should behave as such. You are identifying certain Christians as they're lukewarm because they don't perform Christianity the way that I believe Christianity should be performed, so they shouldn't be counted among the 2.4 billion people. Unfortunately, that is not how statistics work. Whether or not they're good Christians doesn't matter. They still identify as Christians.
Right. In the Christian doctrine, Jesus says that he's the judge. He's the one that separates the sheep from the goats. So there's also that.
What's wrong with goats? What's wrong with goats?
I don't know. I like goats.
Man, whatever. What about goats? Anyway, oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's a little bit sassy. I'm gonna need you to calm down a little bit. Just calm down a little bit.
Wait, not another.
Raven, you have Jesus is the fuck boy. I think that's sassy.
Wait, she had Jesus as a what?
Yeah, Jesus is a
Oh my goodness.
Okay, but are you really quickly, Brandon? Someone in the comment, and you're welcome to come up. You say you base what is a Christian on the Bible because the Bible tells us what is a true Christian. But that's based on your denomination, and what your denomination is telling you, what your doctrine is telling you, is real Christianity.
Agreed.
So
yep.
Every other denomination of Christianity would also say they are the true they are the true Christianity.
Hey, can I ask a question to the host?
Just one moment, Brandon.
Just 1 second.
So
okay?
what I'm trying to explain is, while you say the Bible teaches us what true Christianity is, and this is what you believe is laid out, another Christian from a different denomination might say the same thing. This is what we're taught in Christianity based on the Bible, and it might be completely different than what you see as what true Christianity is. And none of you get to decide that. That's a God thing.
I mean, there are lots of things that could be considered unbiblical that these people of other denominations do. For example, Mormons, they believe that there were what's it called? Sears tablets.
I know what Mormons believe.
In the
I know what
US?
Mormons believe. I know what Mormons believe. That doesn't
Yeah.
make them any less Christian. Do they believe Jesus is their savior? Yes, they are Christian. Whether you like it or not does not matter.
No. There's a multitude of things that make a Christian a Christian. It's not just, I believe in Christ. I mean, that's not just the only thing. There's much more to it. I mean, Christian also.
Cato, that's exactly what it means. If you go and look up what is a Christian, it literally means a follower of Christ.
Okay, but then
Not
you can also
everybody
say
that calls themselves a Christian is a follower of Christ.
You can also say that Judah.
Hang on. So what you're doing, guys, right, is you're currently contradicting your Bible, because John 3:16 says that whosoever believeth shall be saved. So all you have to do is believe in Christ and you are a Christian. So do you want to contradict your book some more?
Here, let me find the verse.
Michael would like to join. There are 20 Christian non-denominational. I'm sorry, you have to be 21.
Okay, so let me ask you this. When I forgot again.
Love, you're okay.
Goal, new goal. Oh?
I mean, I don't know if you Christians understand this, but in order to follow the Bible word for word, you have to contradict yourself, because you're going to go to contradictory passages that contradict with Jesus, and you're also going to go to contradictory passages that contradict Paul. So in order to be a Christian, you have to be contradictory and illogical.
I mean, could you elaborate on that?
Because there are constantly verses that contradict each other. And in order to be a Christian, you must follow all the verses.
Like what?
Like what? Like Jesus says that the only way to get to heaven is by following all of the law. And if your righteousness does not exceed that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never see the kingdom of God. But Paul tells you that it's not by your works, but by your faith that you get to heaven. That directly contradicts what Jesus said.
Okay. So in the hold on. The Old Testament, when the Pharaoh was refusing to let go of his people, Moses, God's people, he denied Jesus and God multiple times until finally God hardened his heart. The truth of the matter is, if you can keep going to live your life the way you want to and live it like he never gave you a law to live by,
Before Moses ever stood before the Pharaoh, God hardened Pharaoh's heart. He told Moses, I am hardening Pharaoh's heart, before Moses even stood before Pharaoh.
Also, if I might, because if you're going to talk about the Old Testament, let's at least try to. There's no Jesus in the story of the Exodus, so saying that he wouldn't listen to Jesus.
I meant God. I mean God.
Yeah. There is, but yes, the hardening of Pharaoh's heart was done on purpose by God, as to make a bigger display of God's power to the Israelites when they are leaving in Exodus. So when they're leaving, this idea of I'm going to harden his heart, I'm going to harden his heart is so he can provide awe to the Israelite people. It says so in the Exodus story that he is doing this to show his own strength to the Israelite people. Had nothing to do with following. It had everything to do with he wanted to make a spectacle of it.
So he's demonstrating his
do realize
godliness, his divinity.
God sound like he's a tyrant, right?
Just because it's powerful and it makes people suffer doesn't mean it should be worshipped.
He does at times. He is at times. So God tells you he's a tyrant at times in the text.
How so?
He does.
In the Hebrew text, in the Hebrew scripture, God tells you that he is wrathful, that he is jealous, and that he is a part of destruction as much as he is a part of life.
So he gave bad commands and statutes.
Like what bad commands? I mean,
in heaven.
I'm sorry, what, Brandon?
No, I wasn't saying anything.
So I thought you said something about heaven.
No, I mean, man, I just want to believe God is good so I can just go to heaven already.
You can. No one's telling you can't. By
I mean,
all means,
yes, I
you are
know.
absolutely believe whatever gives you comfort and gives you joy and makes you feel good about your life. And anybody who tells you otherwise can go fuck themselves.
You know, Rabbi, I just want to say, I'm not saying it's like I'm coming on to you or anything, but you are too cute to be cussing like that.
Excuse me, sir? You know what makes me cute? No, it's okay. He's fine. You know, I'm old enough to be your mother. So let's start there, Brandon. I might be actually old enough to be your grandmother because I do have 7 grandchildren. I'm gay. So we also have to recognize that. I have a wife I'm happily been married to for almost 15 years. But I do appreciate the compliment. But I'll tell you, I came out of the womb cussing and I'm going to go into the ground cussing.
Well, that's your choice. But that still doesn't change the... Never mind.
I'm saying you doing a whole lot of tone policing. Like she can cuss if she wants to.
No, that's not... I was just giving her a compliment.
That's how it came out. That's how it
I
came
know
out.
that's not... I'm aware of how he meant it. I know how he meant it. You're fine.
Yeah, but why do women gotta take it to like where it doesn't have to go?
Because I'll tell you exactly why. Because women don't want to be bothered, Brandon.
That part. Leave us the fuck alone.
That's it. Women don't want to be bothered. If they want to be bothered, they'll let you know. They'll tell you. But when you say, like, I understood how you mean it because I understand you. But there's going to be a lot of women who, when you say you're too cute to be cussing like that, are going to cuss you out and tell you that they're about to run you for filth.
Yeah.
Because they don't need to be told. They don't want it. They're adult women. They don't want to have somebody tell them you shouldn't be cussing. Now, fuck you. I'll do what I want.
Right.
True.
So there we go. All right. Did you have anything else, Brandon, that you wanted to talk about?
No.
Well, I appreciate you coming up.
Oh.
Well, you said you didn't have anything else, right?
Get through so that we can get to the most amount of people who want to have conversations.
Thanks for coming up, though.
Have a good day.
Okay.
All right. So, like Benny said, bad commandments. Like what?
Ezekiel 20:25. Moreover, I gave them statutes that were not good and rules by which they could not have life.
Let's see.
Bad commandments, Alejandro. Do you think it's ever appropriate to own a human being?
Do they owe you something? I mean, prison systems own people.
No, they don't.
Own people.
Not the way that God commands in Leviticus 25:44 through 46. The prison system doesn't own your children after you unalive. So no, the prison system is not what they're talking about in Leviticus. It's not even for me, for you to say that that's a form of slavery, I almost want to slap you.
It is a form of slavery. I mean,
It's
you're
not
just taking
at all.
over the person.
It's not at all.
How is it not?
Are you black?
Yes, bruh. Like, Hispanic. I'm Hispanic more. I mean, I think I have like some sort of Afro-Caribbean.
Interesting answer.
Probably
That's
one of
very-
the Garifunas or
very
something. But
sus.
what? That's very what?
That's very suspect.
That's suspect as fuck. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Well, I'm going to push back a little bit, and not on you. AC, I love you, but prison system is modern slavery. If you look at the Constitution, they are allowed to be worked without pay. They are in, whether or not they have committed a crime, the school to prison pipeline is just modern slavery. No, they don't own your children. No, it is not the same way we could see as chattel slavery, but it absolutely is a form of slavery. And if you look at, what is it, the 19th Amendment? Or no. Which one is it? I was just talking about
13th
this.
is the slavery as a punishment.
Yeah, so the 13th Amendment allows for the slavery, enslavement of people as prison sentences.
And then also, I mean, you can look at how corporations use illegal immigrants, and then they basically just like abuse them since they can't actually go to the authorities and they don't really have any workers' rights, you know? So like the companies also like undercut their pay, and then that also leads to them dropping off citizens, because why would you hire someone that you have to pay more?
You realize you're just running a whataboutism, though, right? Like, no, this does not absolve like the disgusting nature of Leviticus 25, 44 through 46.
44 through 46. Yeah, let me look it up real quick.
44 through 46. I can tell you without having to look it up. Of your fellow Israelites, you may have as bond servant. They will serve 6 years and they will go out in the seventh. But of them you may not make slaves. Of your neighboring nations, you may buy male and female slaves, and you may own them as property. And you may pass them down to your children, for they are your property. But of your fellow Israelites, you may not make slaves.
I think that was actually like 42 through 46, but you're right.
I don't like this new international version. Let me here, English Standard Version.
The NIV is probably the second worst translation ever put to paper. The first being the KJV.
Scholars don't really use it anymore.
Yeah, no, I use ESV, so I don't know.
I'm glad I don't have my camera on.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have a poker face.
Your best bet is in our SVU. Or
Thank you, Hanji. That's my face right now.
Personally, I like Safaria for Old Testament.
Safaria is good. I have a love-hate relationship with Safaria because of its accent. And nothing bad to you guys, but like its accessibility by Gentiles is a love-hate relationship. Because on one hand, I love it because you can access Hebrew text. On the other hand, people read a page of the Talmud and think they're suddenly very learned in what the Talmud is. I read the Talmud. Really? Where'd you read it? Well, I read it on Safaria. You read all 10,000 pages, did you? Like the whole 72 books? You read them all? No? Shut up then.
Yeah, like if you don't know who like Rambam is like as a person, I feel like or like any of the people that are weighing in.
I absolutely love, and I say this facetiously, when somebody says, "Well, your Talmud says the Rambam." You know who the Rambam is? No. Why are you trying to fucking explain my own religion to me then?
Right.
Interesting. It's very interesting.
Same thing when it comes to my deities as well. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Are you Egyptian? Did you grow up in Greece? Were you born in Greece? No? Okay.
That's some weird shit too.
So
the worst is when I have Rabbi Hannah on and they like want to tell her she's wrong about Hebrew, and I'm just like,
are you fucking kidding me? A whole rabbi.
Like, right, exactly. A whole ass rabbi. You always like, no, she's wrong.
Right.
I had to deal with the.
Tell you, When I tell you, I had this happen literally yesterday. I was trying to help.
Was the guy named Daniel?
No, it was a lady.
Oh.
It was wild because I was asked to come and help with some Hebrew, and so I'm explaining Hebrew. I'm like, yeah, it means this, and this is where you'll find it. And Toledot Mishkave does not mean what people believe it means, and here's why. And I can tell you because the direct object is, and I kind of go through all that. And she says, okay, well, that's just what you say. I was like, ma'am, do you read Hebrew? No. Okay, I do. I read the book in 5 different languages. Okay, I'm like, I'm a Jew. Like, I'm 49 years a Jew. I've never skipped a day. Like, this entire time, I've been a Jew. And I'm a rabbi, and I'm a biblical scholar. And scholarship agrees with me. Well, you're going to have to prove that. And I'm like, well, you'd have to read Hebrew. Like, I just told you what it says, and you can look it up.
Okay.
She goes, no, it's all this. And it was wild to me. I'm like, you asked for my opinion, and then you told me my opinion is worth less than your pastor who doesn't read Hebrew? That's wild.
All right. Stetsky in the comments, you are begging to come up because you're 6 months away from 21. I'll let it happen because we don't have any other Christians other than Alejandro, so I'll let you join. Listen, don't be foolish.
Please don't.
Don't be
Back
foolish.
to what we were talking about too. Like, there's a distinction that was made if you listen to what Rabbi Hannah said, that the bondservants is in relation to the Hebrew Israelites, whereas the people being treated as property are the slaves that you can get from the nations around them. That I would say is specifically chattel slavery.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did somebody just get like? Pew
No,
pew?
that's my dog. I'm sorry.
That, was that a drive-by? What happened?
Oh no. You know, I do see your point here on how it could be seen as.
It's not could be. That's
bad.
what it was.
I mean, the thing is, yeah. Oh my. Hold on. Let me go deal with my dog.
All right, you're fine. Well, Stetsky, you've been begging this whole time to come up, and I sent you an invite. And he didn't.
They're familiar with the UI of TikTok. They have 0 followers. I think they
Well, that
created
sent him an invitation, so.
Oh, you think that? I don't think they can come over.
I don't know if you're a man, but do you need to be offered somebody to get on their knees first before you'll accept the invite? Like, I just... This invite comes with someone who has a gin in one hand and a blowjob in the other. Like, what is it that you need?
Listen, it's not nice to kink shame me in my own life.
You're right. You're right. You're valid.
Just saying.
Sekhmet, we're thinking of doing a thing where getting as many streamers in the deconstruction area that we can to focus on exactly one subject, so that people who kind of try to hop to skip out on not being able to answer questions don't have that opportunity, because every live they're going into, we all are committed to doing the same thing.
Yeah, and they're always doing that, and it gets on my nerves because I can run into one dude that's on the live and he got bodied, and then he's in another live trying to, control the entire narrative and like literally getting bodied on the same exact subject. And I'm like, didn't I just see you in such and such live? Like, please give it a rest.
A hard reset too sometimes, where they'll be like, oh, I concede, you're definitely right about this,
right?
And then the hard reset happens and it's like nothing they talked about was ever kept.
Exactly. Oh yeah, truth washer. Yes, exactly that person, him, Ashton. Yeah, he does that.
All right, guys, do me a favor and do the thing that I'm not allowed to ask you to do no more.
Okay.
With the fingers in the screen.
Hit the likes.
We can't say that anymore.
Oh, what?
Yeah, we're not allowed to advertise for people to.
Can't say that.
Yeah. But if you all could do that, the other thing too down at the bottom with the little arrow that points off to the side, do that too.
And the cute little present in the corner as well.
That'd be great. Just keep up the interaction.
And while you're at it, go to the TikTok shop for Dave's Toffee.
Just so good. I actually had it.
It's so fucking good. Oh my! Like my husband had to take the credit card away from me. He's like, "Listen, like we can't."
I want to try the Nerdy Nuts Dubai chocolate peanut butter. Like, oh my gosh. I want a container so bad.
It's so fucking good. I love toffee so much.
Yeah, it's a new rule segment. It's part of the new tier that just came out within the last week. It's part of that new TOS is why I'm on my backup today, because I'm not allowed to say that I am GAY anymore, or that to call ancient ites in Romans and Greeks GAY, because I did that the other night.
And some of us still are. You can go to my country now and you will see very, very masculine men kissing each other, sitting on each other's laps. But no, they're not. They're not.
Chicago told me that the only word that they do not, it does not matter if you're part of that community anymore. You can't say it. The only word they don't monitor that should be monitored is the N-word. They don't care if you're part of that community or not.
On the live and just be quiet on one of my friends' lives, and somebody will be waiting in the queue for 30 minutes just to come up and call me the N-word, the hard R, like just spam.
Yep,
I've seen it.
Like I don't even have to say anything.
With that too.
What's weird is I've had people do it to me. How the
they probably think you're albino.
What is that? What they'll do is they'll say it like 5 times real fast, and then they'll start doing the F slur. And it's like, did you not know who you were talking to when you got up? You just didn't look at the phone, and so you got the request.
Unless they see your panelists and they see us black women up here, and they're just like, "Oh, perfect."
I do tend to have a lot of black
Creole.
I do tend to have a lot of black women on my panel, so
right.
I have something to add on this discussion here.
Go ahead.
Not this one, but the original one. I mean,
you're fine.
So basically, as I'm reading it right now, it says that you can have them as property, and you may have them as slaves, but then now the question I'm thinking is, what do they mean by slaves? Do they mean like slaves like
cattle,
workers?
Just slaves,
hold on.
not like workers. What the?
Go ahead, Rabbi.
It's because
they are movable property.
Okay.
So they are movable property inasmuch as they have been purchased from neighboring nations or from foreigners that reside within the area where Israel is. And inasmuch it says you may own them forever, they are not to go out the way your fellow Israelite does, and you can pass them on to your children ad infinitum. They are movable property that is inheritable by the next generation, so on and so forth, which means as your slaves have children, they are also passed down to your children, etc., etc.
Yes,
Whether we like it or not, they are chattel slaves. They are the same as having a cow.
Okay, yes, I do see that, but I do think that there maybe is a distinction between how modern chattel slavery is compared to...
There is not. I know it would make you feel better, but unfortunately there is not.
I mean, did they use them to pick crops or just to help them around the house?
No. Okay, Alejandro, let me try this. Whether or not, I mean, these slaves were used for everything, whether it was picking crops, cleaning the house. Unfortunately, SMEC slaves, women were never allowed to go out. If you sold your daughter into slavery, even if she was a Hebrew slave, she was never to be set free, ever. So whether or not they were being used for whatever they were, they did not have their own agency. They could not just say, I'm done, I'm going to leave. They are property. So it does not matter what type of work they are doing, they are still slaves.
Okay, but I mean, isn't there passages within the Old Testament where it says that if you do certain unconsensual things with the woman, then you have to pay their father 50
That is
iron or
not
something
this.
like that?
First, that's not the same as slavery. Let's start there. What you are referencing is Deuteronomy, where it says that if one seizes a virgin and seizes her and grapes her, that he has to pay 50 shekels, silver shekels to her father, must marry her, and can never divorce her or put her away. The reason is because now this man has damaged property belonging to the father. Women have no agency. What would happen in this culture, the Near East Asian culture, is a woman belonged to her father. A man would come to the father and say, I would like to purchase the procreative ability and the sexual availability of your daughter. And I'm going to give you this much money, crops, gold, goats to do so. So in Deuteronomy, it lays out different scenarios. The different scenarios being, if one were to grab, seize, and grape a woman who was betrothed, i.e., she was about to be married, that was same as being married, that man would be put to an unalivement because he has damaged the property owned by another man. So owning the husband and the father are in this kind of liminal space of where her ownership is being transferred from father to husband. If you take that woman and you grape her, then you get put on enlivenment. There's nothing to say what happens to the woman in any case. If you take a virgin who is unmarried and not betrothed, then you have to marry her because she now holds no value. The father cannot marry her and sell her to anyone else in marriage because the thing that these men want, her virginity, is gone. She now has no value whatsoever within the culture at all. Okay? Which is different than a man selling his daughter into slavery. The third is if it is a woman who is within the city who is seized. If she does not cry out, they are both put to unalivement because the thought process being she could have cried out. If the same thing happens to a woman in the field, she is not put to unalivement because she could have cried out and people might not have heard her. In any of these cases, the woman is not a factor whatsoever. What damage is done to her, no one cares about. It is what the damage that is done to the man who owns her. That's it.
The 3/5 rule is actually where came from the Bible, or where black people were thought to be 3/5 of a person. That came from the Bible because women were 3/5 of a person.
3/5 of a person? I mean, I don't think they had that much complex math.
They did. A man between the age of 20 and 45 were worth 60 silver shekels. A woman, her body, who is between the ages of 20 and 45 is worth 30 shekels.
That's really literally 3/5.
Mm-hmm. Well, half.
Well, I mean, I don't think that can justify the whole 3/5 thing because this is
where they
based
got
off of
it.
the gender,
where it's
but
from.
it's not based off of the race.
But that's where.
Okay, so yes, you're absolutely right. The Bible does not have race-based slavery. Because race, in the way that we think of it, is a social construct of modernity. We don't have that seen within the Near East ancient culture. We don't. It is based on your nationality, what tribal affiliation you belong to, which is why it clearly states you may buy somebody from a neighboring nation. You cannot make a slave of your own people, but you are free to make slaves of other nations' people. Now, when we talk about this in terms of like the transatlantic slave trade, whether or not we like it, the Bible was used as a justification to go to other nations and purchase, steal, kidnap slaves from other nations as long as they weren't from the nation where you reside in.
Well, I mean, obviously, in this, it's addressing the God's people. I mean, earlier I remember Dugald said that you can't say certain words, so I'm just trying to be safe with him.
Yeah, you're doing fine. Yeah, TikTok is wild sometimes.
All right. So basically, this is obviously addressing God's people, as during that time of the transatlantic slave trade, they already had the New Testament, correct?
Yes, but where in the New Testament does it say you can't own somebody? It doesn't.
Necessarily.
That's really TDLR. It doesn't.
Necessarily, I do not know, but I can infer that if it doesn't say that you, so
It actually reaffirms that you can own slaves and tells slaves how to treat their masters. Paul says, "So I say unto you, slaves, you are to love your masters, whether or not they are good to you."
so that seems more like the whole forgiveness part.
Okay, wait. That is wild, and I want to understand where you're getting the thought process when somebody says, "I say unto you, slaves, you need to obey your masters, whether or not they treat you harshly." In any way, does that say you cannot own a human being? Jesus doesn't even tell people not to own a human being.
Jesus owns slaves.
What slaves did Jesus own?
Disciples,
it's in the Bible,
off as slaves.
They do describe
them. Today, I no longer call you slave. So Jesus owned slaves. Mary, Magdalene, Joanna, and Susanna funded his ministry. So when Jesus told them to do something, they did it not because they loved him, but because he owned them.
So then that is why Judas had betrayed him, maybe because he was angry of being owned or something, or
But hold on a second. Can I ask you a couple questions? How old are you, sir?
He's 18.
8.
We forgot
Okay,
to
so
ask.
You said you were over
second
21.
question. How much of the Bible have you read?
Currently, I've only recently accepted Christ,
Are you getting
And what denomination are you?
I'd say Orthodox.
Hold on one second.
Orthodox Christian?
Yes.
Hold on one
Okay,
second.
so please let me finish, Fluff. So in those three things, first of all, you saw the thing here that says 21 and over, and you decided to come up anyway. You are talking to a few.
That now.
You are talking to many people, one of which who has a doctorate in this stuff, trying to explain to you that yes, it is going to make you uncomfortable, and sometimes we have to sit with things that make us uncomfortable, and it's not something you can explain away, and you proceed to do exactly that and try to explain it away without having ever read the entirety of the books. So I think the Orthodox Church has the 83 books versus the 66 books of the Protestant canonization.
I don't know if they have the Apocrypha.
Yeah, so in that, I would say, if you want to have these conversations, but you want to come from it where you are saying, I assert this, read the whole book first.
Yeah, that
all
is true.
Of the books,
it's an error
because
on my part.
each one is a separate book.
Everybody, W
and it
Necro
will-
in the chat. Thank you, Necro.
It absolutely is going to make you uncomfortable if you have a shred of humanity.
Rabbi Hana, you and I were on a panel together where I've learned to ask the one question for people that skip the age thing. Alejandro, why did you want to be the exception and discuss this at 18 instead of 21?
Well, I mean, only
over your name and over the host's face, you can't miss it.
Well, I mean, only now do I notice it because I was looking at my name. Yeah, I only noticed it now. Usually the panels that I do go on, they only require 18, so I kind of just assumed it's an error on my part, yes, but it was a mistake. It wasn't something I tried to do intentionally.
So would you like to continue? I think that's up to Dugald, but
well, I mean, I can't,
hear you, Dugald.
Rules are rules.
Dugald, baby, you're muted.
Sorry, he's been up here this long. Might as well. That's fine.
Okay, because I kind of thought it would be just fine.
Yeah, he's been up here
that's-
this long. It's fine.
And while that's lovely, please be aware that these are people who we this is our life. This is definitely my life. I'm a rabbi and I'm a doctor. This is what I do. So the things that we talk about are going to be really stark. They're going to be very aggravating. They can elevate you, activate feelings, especially if you're a new Christian, because you got that NRE going on. And they are uncomfortable. And so I ask you to realize that when we're saying, please sit in this uncomfortability, we're not saying to you, please become an atheist. As much as it's, why do you believe that this is okay, and don't push back at it? Like, I'm a theist. I believe in God, but I will still beat his ass in my backyard.
And I am not a doctor. I just stayed at a Holiday Inn.
He just plays one on TikTok sometimes.
That was the best thing I've ever heard. I just stayed at a Holiday Inn. I love you.
All right. Well, I mean, of course, now I haven't read the entire Bible myself. I've only gotten to Genesis right now. I'm a very slow reader. I get very what's ADHD, attention deficit. I struggle to focus.
I have it too. I feel it. I understand. I've only read it once, and I'm trying to read it again. It's tedious. I get it.
I need pictures, and I need moving stuff in front of me.
You know what I
my
realized?
attention span.
I'm mostly deaf, but what I can hear, I have a NRSVUE on Audible, so I will listen to it while I'm doing other things, so that my brain is like listening while my body's moving around, because odd DHD over here. So I will put in the Bible. I suggest the NRSVUE. I listen to it while I'm washing the dishes, while I'm folding clothes. And the begats suck. The begats, and they have no reason to be there, Abigail. To this day, I'm like, this could have been an email.
What's
like, none
begats?
of this needed to happen. The begats is a part of Genesis where basically it starts right after Cain is expelled, or Cain is gone to Nod, and you find out that Adam and Hava have Seth, and they have many more children. Next thing you know, it's like, oh, and so begat this guy. He lived to 900, and then he passed away. And so begat this guy, and he lived to 732, and then he passed away. It's like 4 pages of, here is the lineage of all of these fucking people, and it could have been an email. It did not have to exist. Like, there's no reason for it to be there.
I mean, I think it just provides more context, I guess you could say.
Genealogy in the Bible is horrible.
Rabbi Hannah, because of your bad hearing, I think you and I would have probably agreed together that it was Skeet Skeet Butterball, unless you heard Cheesy Butterball.
It was Skeet.
It was what?
It was Skeet Skeet Butterball.
Okay, so
See?
you. Yeah.
See, I can't even understand what you're saying right now. Skeet, what?
Butterball. So
Butterball.
Yes. So you heard Adele's song "Rolling in the Deep," right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love that song.
Did you ever figure out what the background singers were saying?
Oh.
That's what they were saying.
Oh.
And then never had therapy.
Had a sheep.
That is not what they're saying.
Never
You're not
had therapy.
believing them, Rabbi Hannah.
Yep.
Wait, no. Wait, hold on. I have it in my head right now. Never had therapies. That tracks.
Now, okay, so one person heard Cheesy Butterball because of my bad ear. For years, I heard Skeet Skeet Butterball.
Yeah.
Rolling in the Deep.
I thought it was I really have to pee.
Oh, you know what?
What is happening?
Sorry. I'm
I
so
think
sorry.
they said that on the second.
I really need to pee.
No,
I really need to.
this
Yeah.
song has devolved so fast. This song went from one of Adele's most popular to what the fuck is happening?
Yes. Bad hearing people unite.
Necro said it's obviously Backstreet Butterball.
But this also led us, Rabbi Hannah, to the conversation about that what is it, operatic, might be religious song, Fortuna.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever seen somebody do a transcript or a captions to it?
I have not. No. I will have to. And honestly, Fluff, the minute you said skeet, I was like, are we trying to get low? What are we doing? Right. To the window, to the wall. Skeet, skeet, motherfucker.
What I thought she was saying, rolling had a sheep. Skeet, skeet, rolling. That's what I heard.
Okay. You're gonna make me pee myself, and I can't do this. You guys are awesome. Okay. I'm so sorry, Alejandro. We're ridiculous people. We're old and we get off topic.
We also have ADHD, some of us.
Necro said, who had a sheep?
Alejandro, you don't have to read it from the beginning to the end either. Like, you can pick out some of the smaller books and just read them. Like, I don't know. Like, that's how I do it. I'll just, like, randomly grab, like...
Actually, no, we have the perfect solution to this. We have one of the people in our community. His name is Joel Reads the Bible.
That's true.
You should check him out. He literally reads the Bible to you. And then you guys get to talk about it.
Oh, okay. I mean, I could check that out, of course.
He's on, best check it out on YouTube so you can take it chapter by chapter because he literally does it chapter by chapter.
Oh, all right. I thought he was on TikTok or something.
He is on TikTok.
He's on both, but his videos
okay.
reading each chapter are over on YouTube.
All right. Yeah.
And because he's only reading chapter by chapter, the videos are only like 15 minutes long at best.
Does he also do like the Apocrypha, like Book of Enoch and Book of...
That I don't know. Do you guys know?
He's currently going off of, what version? I think he's doing a copyright-free version, and I think it is just the 66. So I don't think...
He does read literally every version of the Bible.
I do know that there is a channel that I remember seeing it. I honestly can't remember the name. Let me just try and I think it was.
They actually read Enoch and stuff.
Well, I mean, it's an audio book.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're reading Enoch. I honestly don't have a source. I don't have the actual text to them.
I know the lives you're talking about, though.
No, it's not a live. It's a YouTube channel. It's called a Scurby U Bible channel, and then
I don't know.
They go through or I think the entire thing. They go through the Book of Maccabees. They go through the first and second. They go through the Book of Esdras. They go through Genesis. They go through all of them. You know.
Joel just does like a funny take to it, so he'll read it and kind of just like give you like little one-liners through it sometimes. That's really about it. But he's still just reads it through and breaks it up by chapter.
If you go to, I know you mentioned that you have a hard time reading. I know that Bible Gateway has the NRSVUE Catholic edition, so it will have the Apocrypha, or what is also known as the Deuterocanonical.
Actually, my non-Catholic one has the Apocrypha too.
Does it really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I know that, in fact, hold on a minute and I'll check. I'll be right back.
Like you said. Yeah, mine is the NRSVU with Apocrypha, but it's not the Catholic edition. It's just the regular.
I know a little bit about
I have
church
the.
history.
You can actually get that on Amazon. It's called the Oxford Annotated, where it also has the scholarly consensus on the bottom of the chapters, and it is
the NRSVU. Yeah, that's the NRSVU.
Okay, yeah, I know a little bit about church history. I know some things about like the schism and stuff, but I don't really know exactly where they had cut off the Apocrypha from the Bible.
It was right after
Martin Luther.
No. Hold on. There's been 3 major ones. Hold on. The first major schism.
I know that was between the Orthodox and the Catholic Church, so that was the first one.
And then the second schism was, hold on, second schism. All right. The Western Schism, that was between East and West, so that's basically between Eastern Orthodoxy and Western.
Okay.
And then you've got
the Bible that I listen to on my audio it has all of the Apocrypha as well, and it's the NRSVUE.
On Audible? Yeah. I mean, I don't have that. I just go off of YouTube. Yeah, I'm kind of
Able to find it on YouTube. That way, Yeah, I'm sure if you look it up, I found like people reading books just on YouTube that way. Yeah, you probably can find it there.
I mean, I obviously see a channel that says that it is reading the books, but I just don't know if it actually is because I can't confirm what the book actually says. So then I'm kind of just going off of what they say is being read from. But I mean,
well, that's why I'm saying if YouTube is your thing, check out Joel. He'll read it. You can read along with him if you need to, if you want to. He's reading. I think he reads from the NIV.
He was with the NIV, but now he's moved to. It's like some weird name. I can't think of the name. It's like some edition that's copyright free.
Right, but
It's not
if you
the
go back
King
to
James.
like his first video,
Yeah.
I think it's the NIV you start.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so you can read that along with him, but it doesn't matter which version of it you have. It's all going to amount to usually about the same thing. The difference is going to be in translations of only specific words. KJV is terrible. Please don't ever do it. But other than that, just whatever Bible you got, just read along with him. It won't matter. I read the NRSVU while he's reading the NIV when I do check out his channel. But you read along with him, just listen to him, whatever you want to do. But he gets through it pretty quick because he breaks each episode up by chapter, which means it's only like 10 to 15 minutes at most for each chapter. Super easy. And it doesn't put a whole lot of spin on it. I mean, yeah, he makes jokes because he is an atheist, but he doesn't put anything other than what the words say on it. He's not telling you anything different than that.
all right. And I mean, actually, I don't really know much about the Bible. I just know like more like arguments on God's existence, but are you an atheist or are you? Am. And then Rabbi is.
She's obviously a theist. She's Jewish.
Yep. And then what's the stance for the rest of the people on the panel?
As far as I know, everybody else is. Well, no, Hanji is. She does the Greek and Egyptian gods, so she's Greco and Kemetic, Greek and Kemetic. And then I'm not sure about Jesus freak, Jesus the fuckboy there.
I'm atheist.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's atheist.
Yeah, Fluff and Benny are also atheists.
All right. I mean, like, I think I do have.
Each of us have a varying degree of agnosticism in there.
I mean, I think I do have a few arguments on the existence of God, or at least the existence of a God,
I don't really have any Christians begging to come up, so I'm willing to go through it with you. Go ahead.
So, I mean, how do you think we have our consciousness? I mean,
there's actually studies done. Most recent one links the physical senses that we have, the 5 senses, to where the parts of the brain that control our consciousness. They actually know where the consciousness is located in the brain. It's the very center, as far as I know, and then with some other parts that are kind of out there. But yeah, we know where consciousness comes from. It's a byproduct of a physical brain.
I mean, other animals have brains too. I mean, elephants are quite smart. Dolphins are also pretty intelligent, but they seem to lack this.
They don't have what you would consider consciousness because it's not the same as a human's. No, but they still have consciousness. They're fully aware of that they exist. They're fully aware that they are in the world and living. Now, whether or not they have like forethought.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But they're showing that they do. Matter of fact, there is a dog called What About Bunny on this app. Actually, she started off many years ago. Her owner put her in a study. They basically taught Bunny specific words at first. Using a touchpad button thing. So basically, she put her paw on the button. The button would say a human word, an English word. Usually, they started off real rudimentary, like outside, pee, poop, like little things like that. Very simple words. Play, eat, water. and she actually picked up on those, and she started actually talking. So they started expanding the buttons that she could use. She asks now, currently now after 5 years, where she asks about dreams that she's had. She asks where people are. She talks about. She even has thoughts about, like, here's you're a dog, or I'm a dog, you're a person. Like, they have what looks like rudimentary forethought. So as far as we know, if they're a social animal, then they're more than likely have some form of consciousness. It may not be to a high degree like ours, because our intelligence is higher. Doesn't mean it's not there.
Well, I mean, do you think that animals, so what I could say as a rebuttal to the dog is that perhaps the consciousness was basically instilled and taught to the dog, because, like, whenever you, like, just talk to a dog, you give them commands, I don't think they truly understand the words, perhaps they just hear it as...
Dogs learn up to, I think, on average, dogs learn up to, like, people call them commands, but they're still words, and they still associate it with the action that you're telling them to do. So they're still learning that's the same way we learn words. Like, somebody can tell you what a ball is all day long and say the word ball to you 20,000 times, but unless you actually touch the damn thing, you probably didn't remember it, especially as a child.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, we kind of taught them what the words actually mean, and
here's why I'm going to say here's why I'm going to push back on it, right? Because I understand where you're going with it. Like, maybe they were taught that consciousness by those actions, but what I'm saying is it doesn't matter, because another example we can give you is there's an elephant. That elephant trampled some woman in India, right? Came back to her funeral and did it again. Remembered. Was that upset with this woman for whatever it is she did to this elephant. It came back and trampled her again.
Did it see her face or something in the coffin?
It was I don't remember if it was open casket or not, but they usually go by smell more than anything anyway. So, like, she waited and she came back and did it again.
Well, then they just associated a smell with something that they
you're making that assumption.
Disliked.
But the way they act, the things they do, elephants have graveyards, literally. They go and die in specific areas, or unalive in specific areas, that they basically have a burial place. Just because intelligence and consciousness are not the same thing. Consciousness just means you have some sort of self-awareness.
Yeah, we actually have several different tests that we do on animals to test their, like, self-awareness. The most popular and easy one is called the dot forehead test, where we'll take an animal, put a dot on their forehead, and then put them in front of a mirror. And if they have an idea of what they look like and what they should look like, then they start to rub at the dot because they realize that something has changed about them, and they're trying to figure out if it's like a bug or a parasite of some kind or like a growth. So, like, we have tests for this, and a lot of times people kind of use consciousness in the same way that they use like a soul of the gaps kind of thing, where anything that is not cognition that we understand or brain activity that we understand, oh, that's the soul, oh, that's the consciousness that's making us special. But all, like, neural activity is on a spectrum from animals. Intelligence, consciousness, all of it is just an emergent properly from a, like, significantly complex neural network.
Okay, yeah. Another thing, though, is that, like, we can actually grasp abstract thoughts like morals and laws and, like, things like that, you see?
Animals
That's
can
kinda-
also have morals. One thing that we see with studying corvids is that they actually can socially pass on who somebody is that is dangerous. We've done studies where scientists wore masks and then went and like messed with these corvids, and then they came back later, several generations of birds later, with that same mask, and those birds were able to communicate that danger, and they still attacked whoever wore the specific mask whenever they came around.
Oh, that's a good point. Dagda actually points out crows are a really good example of this. They bring people presents when they like, if a human does something good for that crow or whatever that case may be, like whatever it is, gave them food, water, whatever, they literally will find that person and bring them shiny things.
Yeah, I have a what gratitude, and because I like feed the birds all the time, they'll bring me different like seed pods and stuff, and so kind of like as a present back, a payment back.
Like, thank you for this. Yeah, they show gratitude. I mean, animals display all levels of empathy and consciousness all the time, like across the board. The only ones that don't really show a whole lot of it are things like your pure, like reptiles,
birds.
Well, it depends. Probably mostly reptiles, fish, things like that. Aquatic life, though, there's not a lot of that you'll see. Well, not all aquatic life. Like the mammalians, they'll have some degree of it because they tend to be social animals. Mostly any social species, really. Those are the ones that usually have some degree of consciousness or empathy, and that has to do with the fact that that's part of survival. They would not survive without that. That's why the average person, whether they're atheist or Hindu or whatever, or Christian or whatever, the average person doesn't want to just unalive somebody naturally, right? That's empathy, but that comes from the fact that that's part of us having a social, being a social animal, a social creature, a social species.
Well, I mean, I think there is a difference between following your morals and then knowing what your morals, you know what I mean? Like,
I do know what my morals are.
Yeah, I know, but like someone may know that, oh yes, it is wrong to do this, but then they still go ahead and do it out of maybe hatred, or possibly they just felt like it or something, you know? Like,
well, that's here's the thing. This is what I always say, because we're kind of headed into more of the morality of stuff, right? So this is what I normally say. Morals themselves, in and of themselves, are subjective. However, the outcomes of your moral choices have objective positives that we can measure or objective negatives that we can measure. The outcomes themselves are objective. Morality itself is subjective, but the outcomes of your moral choices are objective. So based on that, that's something every social species, including especially ours, can gauge what is moral, because we know whether something causes harm ultimately across the board to yourself or to another person, or when something causes harm. And yes, there will be degrees of that based on situation, but ultimately inside, that's the basis of those is because you can tell that.
Okay, I do see that a bit.
And then, but the subjectivity comes from the fact that every single person inherently has some degree of empathy. Now, those who have low degrees or none of it, because like, for example, psychopaths, they have none because that part of their brain just doesn't operate, right? So, but the average person has some varying degree. It may be smaller, which it's just like a muscle in your brain. Every other part of your brain, if you don't use it, it's not going to be very strong. So if you are an empathetic person and are often that's encouraged and nourished, you'll be an empathetic person your whole life, and your morals will be pretty strong for the most part. But the less, for example, Christianity suppressing people's empathy based on doctrine because it's rigid and it doesn't let them see any other person's view, it stifles that.
I do want to say something to your statement that morals are subjective, because something that does happen is whenever someone takes another person's life, those people usually develop PTSD, you know.
Not
But
necessarily.
What?
Not necessarily. For example, like I told you about earlier, a psychopath would not care. They enjoy it.
I mean, don't you think that those people can learn those?
No, because their brain physically does not have the ability to
They lack that in their
empathy.
brain.
Yeah, they don't have empathy. They it's not I had it and I just didn't nourish it, so therefore it's a little weak. No, they just don't have it at all. That part of their brain does not function.
Now, I don't know anybody with this.
All children are born innocent.
Well, I don't know anybody with this mental abnormality, because I mean, it is an abnormality.
Remember was one. Every psychopath serial murderer you've ever come across.
The Switch,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
or whoever you are, you need to wait because the host hasn't introduced you yet. Okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was going to be a disruption that bad. I'll mute up. I just
Yeah,
wanted
you're
to
fine.
say
We'll
we're
get to you
a
in just a
product
second, though, I promise.
of our surroundings. That's just my opinion.
No worries. We'll get to you in just a second. I promise.
Well, I mean, I think you're saying that these people don't follow morals at all, but I mean, not all of these people do bad things.
Some people, it depends on the situation. If you have some people who are defending themselves and they may not get PTSD because they understood that they are defending themselves when it happened. People who go out and do it because they're ordered to through, like, say, the military, yeah, they're going to probably develop some type of psychological harm from it because it's something they didn't want to do. It's something they don't feel is right, but they knew in that moment they had to for whatever reason. And it causes them to often have PTSD.
Okay, but I mean, do you think that these people with this disorder that don't do the bad things, do you think they simply weren't presented with the opportunity to do it? Or was it that some sort of external force was...
I think people they realize that it is socially expedient for them to not make waves. When we are doing treatment for people that have a lack of empathy or understanding of others, you try and do like a fake it until you make it approach. You try and teach them how to display empathy and why it will be socially beneficial to them. But there are some people that do lack that ability to kind of put themselves in another person's shoes or just have that kind of like empathetic reaction to somebody else's pain. And not all of them are going to be like serial killers or serial murderers, excuse me, but there are people that are born with a lack of an ability to truly connect and empathize with somebody else on a true level. You can be taught to fake it until you make it, but this is one of the areas of treatment that is still so difficult and such an unknown.
Okay, I mean, you did say that it was like socially, like those people would find it socially wrong to do it, but why would those people find it socially wrong to do it?
More likely because they're scared of the consequence. For example, there are a lot of psychopaths out there, for example, who just don't give in to their urge to cause harm because they don't want to go to prison, for example. They don't want to face charges that would, get them unalived themselves eventually. Maybe even fear of retribution. They don't lack all feeling. They just lack the ones that would show any type of compassion. so they can still be logical and still understand what their situation is and maybe not go through with it. Some are extremely smart and get away with it and nobody knows. It just depends.
Yeah, I mean, it's psychopathy is more or less a lack of emotions, right?
No.
Give or take.
It's more or less. It's more or less. Hold on a second.
So I do have a little study I pulled up. It's from 2016, so perhaps it is outdated. That's 9 years ago, but I don't know what the statute of limitations is whenever you talk about psychology. I know with things like sociology, I think the limit is 4 years, and then after that, it can be seen as outdated information. But by the American Psychological Association, it says over here that it wasn't until the 1950s that empirical evidence emerged showing that the learning of threatening stimuli is impaired in psychopathy. So, I mean,
threatening stimuli. So, in other words, if they're more afraid of the threat, such as prison, unalignment, retribution, those kinds of things, they were more likely to not give into the lack of empathy, sympathy, or concern for another person.
Well, I mean, this is the first time I've ever pulled up this study, so.
Hold on. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're fine.
You can say your thing. You can say your thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, not all people that lack empathy turn to hurting other people. What we actually mostly is that, like, people that lack empathy go into business. They become CEO.
No, they should be seeking help to control themselves if they don't want to face consequences and they just want to live life. But like I said, it just depends. Some of them don't want to do that. Some of them could care less about that. It just kind of depends.
Say that a person suffers from mental illness and if they enjoy making other people miserable, because I see a lot of it on TikTok.
I don't know, because here's the thing. There's a difference between mental. Well, first of all, you're over 21, correct? To switch?
Yes, sir. I'm 27 years old.
That's the main thing I needed. All right. So, and are you a Christian or no?
I've been saved for 4 years now.
All right. Let me check this other person real quick. The friend, are you a Christian? Are you over 21?
45, and I'm not a Christian.
Perfect. All right. You do that for me. Yeah, the switch, it kind of depends, because you can say a mental disorder, but that's kind of a misnomer, because, like, if their brain is just physically different, for example, I don't want to go down there because that's going to lead to another debate, and I don't want to do that. For example, like
we don't have to debate, by the way, too.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, it's going to lead to a whole other conversation that just can't come just easily. So I just would rather.
You're good, man.
So if their brain is physically shaped different and physically wired different, if I guess you could say, it may not be the disorder. That's literally just how they're born. It's not that they lack anything. It's just that part of their brain just doesn't work like everybody else's does. It's kind of like some things that just can't be helped. Like my having ADHD, they don't know if that's something that's part of the way we used to be before evolution is starting to try to carry forward differently, because the more alert you are, the more, survival, that kind of thing.
So in psychology, these are what we call the building blocks, right? That's why we're saying as children, we're all innocent and we're the product to our surroundings. That's why we notice we're like our parents when we grow up, correct?
Yeah, but the thing
we don't want to
be. A lot of
when we're building.
Well, hold on though, but because, for example, a lot of
sir, we aren't just born with narcissism. We aren't just born with sociopaths.
Stop a second. That's not true, because there are children.
It is true, because it's not a gene.
Will you let me respond to that? There are children who have psychopathic tendencies and do things to,
these are cognitive disorders that are results of trauma.
Those are not from trauma.
Sir,
though.
I
Some of
study
those
psychology.
I don't care
Can
what
you stop
study.
over
And you
talking
don't have the education.
and have some
What I'm talking about,
do
Rach.
is we don't talk over host. Whenever host is getting out a thought or a statement, you can use your home training and wait until he is done. Your sentence should not begin in the middle of his. Behave better.
Should be talking to him.
We'll look it up.
No, I'm talking to you because it is his channel.
He has no education.
Oh,
No, you can't
I
say
highly
that.
doubt you do, because if
I'm
you actually
false.
did, you wouldn't be behaving this way. As a matter of
That's a
fact, I
lie.
can put someone on this panel who does have the
not
credentials.
that-
It's
Dr.
not
Joe,
fully
are you
understood, first of all,
available?
according to pretty much the internet. So you can't make that. It's a combination of genetic and environmental factors. So if they
Yeah,
already
that's a
have the
biased source.
genetic, they already have the genetics.
Psychiatrists will say there's
Here
no
we
cure
go.
to anything.
Here, Dr. Joe, would you like to handle it?
Yeah, can you handle this man-child,
I-
Dr. Joe? Excuse me, someone with actual credentials is about to speak.
He's a PhD. You can do
I'll
that.
keep him muted for
He
you,
has a
Dr.
PhD in your field, so go ahead.
Not a
Muted. Stay muted.
I will say,
Because you have no home training right now.
You're the one that said it doesn't have to be a debate, yet here you are trying to cause a debate. You want to talk to me because I didn't have a professional, I didn't have the education. Here's somebody with the education to talk to you. So if you can't do that, then what are you here for?
No home training, and this isn't the debate space, it's a discussion space.
Not
Thank you for
debate.
showing your ass.
Then
Go ahead,
stop
Dr. Joe.
talking then. Why are you yelling?
Stay muted.
He can't.
Just
He's
stay
not home
muted.
trained.
Like literally, you said I don't have the education. Fine, we have somebody here that does for you.
Look at
So there's a lot of pieces of this conversation that are problematic. I'm going to start with,
I'll keep him muted, Dr. Joe. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to start with, we do not know what causes narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial disorder, or psychopathy, right? It's probably multi-caused and multi-dimensional. We don't know if people are born with those predispositions. We don't know if they are developed through trauma, abandonment, attachment, betrayal issues. You cannot generalize on any of those.
Yeah, you can make that claim. That's fine, Swish, but you need to produce those stuff from Harvard and Yale
Y'all are
because
so
I
ignorant
don't
and
see
give out
those
false
on here.
information. Have a nice day.
Listen instead of pay attention to the goddamn chat.
You're saying a PhD doctor doesn't have credentials?
You know what? He can go ahead and listen and chat until everyone is actually done making their statements, and then he can come back up. It's not my fault that his mother didn't know how to raise a son.
You're going to keep spamming.
Go ahead,
You're gonna
Dr.
keep
Joe.
spamming.
I would like to hear your explanation.
I know
Dr.
most of
Joe.
you guys know this. I try not to talk about my resume too much, but I have 4 degrees, 2 of them advanced. The 2 advanced ones are in psychology. I'm the freaking clinical director of a residential treatment facility for mental health and substance use disorder. So come at me, bro.
Exactly.
You can come up and talk to her if you want
Thank
to,
you,
but you're going to
Dr.
talk to
Joe.
her. You're not going to
Thank
be
you so much, Dr.
disrespectful,
Joe.
and you're not going to tell her that she's not qualified or that she doesn't have credentials. She's
Exactly.
literally a PhD. You can fuck right off with your disrespect. But
Can
if
I
you
say
want to
something?
have a conversation, you can come back up.
Now, I am not discrediting Dr. Joe in any way. I will say, though, that saying I have this, therefore my opinion or my reasoning is much better than yours.
That's not what we're saying.
That's not what
You told me I didn't have an education. So in order to fix that, I got somebody who did, so they'd be on level playing field.
No, I'm just saying that just so then maybe if he's still in the chat, maybe.
Oh, you're
he
talking
can-
to him? Okay, I got you.
I'm just saying, like appeals to authority are fallacious, and also just because someone with a PhD says something or someone with a degree, it doesn't necessarily mean it's true, But
Wait.
Spend the money
This
and
is
the
not.
wow.
this is not an appeal to authority in the way you're. I am completely familiar with logical fallacies. This is my content area. This is my specialty.
I'm not discrediting you. I don't.
You are
doubt that
everything. Your whole paragraph.
You
was
literally are.
insulting AF.
Discrediting.
Like, I'm gonna let you know something, Alejandro. When it comes to credentials, you cannot sit up here and spew that you have a degree and yet spread misinformation that people with actual degrees have studied and spent not only the hours, the time, the effort, and their sleep schedules to maintain their doctrines. Going based off of YouTube videos and Google articles. That's not going to work. We do not like misinformation. We like the facts with actual evidence, not feelings. So yes, you were discrediting her and her doctrine.
You're basically.
Funny how you didn't say that to the boy that was just up here.
It's no different than if you were to have told Rabbi Hannah she doesn't understand Hebrew.
Exactly.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I was trying to say that making appeals to authority, because he was saying, I'm educated in this and you aren't.
You're saying because of his education.
Yeah, I'm not discrediting Dr. Joe. I bet she's an amazing
I apologize. I thought you were saying that she wasn't and that he was in the right there. I was like, wait a minute.
No,
I get you. I'm so
sorry, bro. We're on edge.
Okay. Yeah,
we get feisty. I'm so sorry.
It's
fine. Just trying to make sure that we protect our own. That's all.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though. Like he shouldn't have thrown the degree.
I get what he's saying, but I still stand by what I said 10 toes down.
I'm just saying, like for the record, like him saying he had studied psychology and he had a degree in it, that doesn't make everything he says fact and you know what I mean? Like,
well, most people who have those kinds of degrees, though, Alejandro, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, like, they typically don't act like that. Usually, the people who are in school for that act like that,
but not the people who earned it.
Right, because they understand there's a big difference between. It's kind of like when somebody becomes a manager for the first time, overinflated with themselves. So they get to be kind of unbearable, insufferable. That's kind of what people who are in philosophy school tend to do.
It's I took Psychology 101 and now I understand everything about the world syndrome and you can't tell me anything otherwise.
Yeah, and but that extends to a lot of different professions that they get that kind of arrogance. And him being in psychology, he thinks like he's probably had like 3 or 4 classes, but he's decided that makes him the expert.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying his degree is worth nothing. I'm not saying Dr. Joe's multiple degrees are not worth anything. I'm just saying,
Yeah, he didn't need to go down that route and be like, I am the authority here. You need to believe what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Information at that. Hilarious.
Yeah, it was the fact that he hit up with automatic misinformation, because I may not be a psychiatrist, but I've read enough about psychopathy to know that like it's not a cut and dry, but it's also does have to do some things with like how your brain formed and the chemistry that's in it.
And of course, he didn't want to listen to the woman that was more intelligent.
Yeah,
I have a feeling he was probably in his bachelor's or master's area at it.
I don't want to assume I am more intelligent, but I am more educated in that content area than he was.
For sure. You've got
I mean,
degrees, not just one.
Yeah. I'm not saying
so much
We
older.
know you're not, Alejandro. We know you're not. You're fine. Okay. Don't have to
So
explain
you
that.
have you already have years on him in the field anyways, Dr. Joe.
Yeah.
Now, I will say I do
On
think
everybody for kind of everything, Hunch.
I do think that him saying that the psychopathy, or what was he saying, that was purely trauma induced. I don't think that's true, because I don't know much about psychology or psychopathy or anything like that, but I do know that most homosexuals are what's it called? Like it's a oh wait no, what's it called? Like the more kids you have, the higher of the chance that they turn out like that. I know
it's part of our brain. It's part of who we are.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm pan.
For sure.
I'm pan. So yeah.
But then it's not also just genetic. It's also environmental, of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the way that we handle who we are is environmental, but actually who we are, I don't think that personally. I don't know what Dr. Joe might think about that, but I personally don't think that's
I think
particular part is.
I think we're just born with it, and
it's just the way it is.
It's just who we are.
Yeah, maybe. Now, I don't know if perhaps they've already located a gene that specifically says that this is what leads to.
The reason that you'll never see that is for several reasons. Number one, it's more than just one thing. It's a combination. So it's the way your brain is physically formed, right? It's the type of chemicals or the amount of of levels of chemicals that go through your brain naturally or whatever. It's also about how your genes are expressed in the DNA. So it's a lot of layers that not just one specific gene is going to handle. It's going to be a
Very few attributes are actually like truly encoded to one gene. Usually it is a like combination of environment factors. You also have whether like that gene is even being expressed or not. And we don't really understand all of the things that cause genes to be expressed or not.
Neanderthal DNA is still within a lot of humans, for example, but it doesn't always express itself in any way.
Yeah, I mean, I do know another thing that affects how people turn out is their exposure to prenatal androgens. So like prenatal testosterone or things like that. Maybe. Because, I mean...
Even that's still kind of... it might have an effect, but I don't know if that it's a controlled effect enough to be something you can reliably say, this is what's going to happen to that person because of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it could be one of those multitude of factors that you were talking about.
That's one of the factors that's studied in the study you're talking about, where it's like the more children.
Oh, you're breaking up.
You're cutting out real bad, bro. You got bars.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So, wait, what was I saying?
We were talking about that study, the androgens.
Yeah, that study you're talking about there's been several studies, but when we do the study that tracks homosexuality in families and how many children they have, that is one of the factors that they theorize. I don't know if any studies have tracked that along the way, but that's one of the things that's theorized with the increased likelihood of homosexuality in children, later in the line of having children. But then there's also there's several theories as to why homosexuality stays within a species, and one of them is called the helper model. And so it's kind of like a chicken or the egg situation, whereas is this a biological process that has evolved so that when you get to a certain point where you have enough children, that you have children that will not have children, so that your children that do have children have people to help raise their children. And I'm sorry, I know that was really confusing.
Well, Fred, you're welcome to chime in. I know you're not a Christian, so it's fine if you want to just chime in, by the way.
Oh, hey. I just want to say good afternoon, first of all.
Oh, hey.
I just came across it. I did follow you, but I just was
thank
scrolling, doom scrolling at work. But I just the prompt is what I wanted to answer. I didn't want to be part of
That's okay. We were starting to dwell on it at this point. I think at this point.
The whole thing
ahead.
kind of
Go ahead.
evolved.
Absolutely.
Okay. I would say that of course, if you look at and this is probably something y'all been saying because I usually if you look at people's rights being up for debate, whether somebody has a right to love who they want to love. You look at these things that have been driven. You look at racism. You look at slavery. These things are all a result of the Christianity in the United States, and not just having them, but the ability to have a rational conversation around these things to do what's best to further society have been hindered by United States Christian thinking. It's just impossible. Like the effects of Christianity in the U.S. have devastated the United States in a lot of different ways and has kept us from being the nation that I would say our forefathers wrote about in the Constitution. I know, that's...
Oh, not just Constitution. Papers between each other even talked about it.
Right. With the nation that they were talking about was one where, yes, they understood that at that time, most of the people that lived in it were Christian, right? But they also understood the protection of the rights of people that weren't. They also understood that how this country was going to grow. It was designed to grow in ways where the diversity of that country was going to grow. This is the future that they saw for America, not something where everyone was one type of way, because one of their fears was factions. They didn't want a bunch of faction type where we kind of came into this one monolithic United States and then wanted to do what their European ancestors were doing, which was fighting wars and basically destroying each other on their continent. Yeah. That's one of the things that they didn't want. And
here's the thing, and I've been talking about this a lot, especially lately. People who look like me, even though I'm in a minority group of being GAY, right? It doesn't change the fact that people who look like me for 1,500 years now have had control of Christianity, right? And we've done nothing but oppress with it. That's it. That's all we've ever done with it. We took it. We've used it as a club to cross our way from the Middle East to Europe to everywhere, right? We have violently colonized this entire globe, and we use Christianity to do it.
Right. And I'm not a Christian, but I do understand, like, if this was a Christian nation, it wouldn't be a capitalist nation. There's no capitalism in the way that they lived in those days wasn't capitalism. I don't think that capitalism, I don't think it jives with the Christian motif of giving to others, what if, selling all of your materials and following Christ, picking up your cross. I don't see any of that happening from any prominent Christians telling their Christian congregations to do those things. Nope. And I don't see Christians saying, I'm going to stand in Christianity. I would say the Bible is a book of insurrection against the system, right? If you look at Jesus Christ, he was in a Roman system. And what got him unalive was he was talking against that system in a lot of ways. He was standing up against the status quo. But a lot of American Christianity is about maintaining a status quo that we've had for centuries here that is one of hierarchy and oppression. So
Pauline is right. Jesus was a radical leftist, but also Jesus was Jewish. Jesus, I mean.
He was actually
and he also owned slaves.
That's a different topic.
He was a man of his time. So a bit of a xenophobe, but at the same time, we have to understand the book is about being saved from a wicked system, right? But somehow the people that run the wicked system somehow decided to take that motif and adopt it and use the fact that people follow this religion in order to control its nation's residents, and we're not better off for that. We're worse off.
The only thing is that for things that I've learned or whatever, and doing all these lives and talking to scholars and stuff, I might disagree with you on how it started, but I agree with you on what it's been used for since, absolutely. And that's the biggest picture and the biggest part of it. Is that people, like I said before, people look like me using it as a cudgel to basically whip everybody else and just into what our line of thinking about. And it's caused irreparable harm. We've lost literally whole societies, whole cultures whole literal libraries of knowledge where people have had to reinvent or rediscover things that had already been found.
Library of Alexandria.
Yeah, Egypt had batteries. Egypt had batteries, like
Who the fuck did?
Like actual batteries.
But you know, the white team man wants to blame it on aliens because brown and black people aren't fucking intelligent enough.
That's why that fucking mad scientist guy on the History Channel on Ancient Aliens irritates the shit out of me.
You know, I do have a
He
theory.
claims to be Greek. We don't claim him.
I do have a theory on the pyramids. You know, you ever watch the Y-Files? It's like a conspiracy YouTube. Oh, I know how silly conspiracy, but I mean.
Sometimes they turn out to be true, so I'm not mad.
Yeah, so basically, he says that, and I know he later went on Joe Rogan, and then he says that the pyramids may have just been, like, basically not nuclear reactors, but some sort of energy source, because...
I've heard that. I've also heard that they were so basically just transmitting a something in the air that just made their people happier, which is why they were so successful. I've heard all kinds of stories because supposedly there's a mercury pool at the bottom of the pyramid, and the shaft at the bottom of the pool went all the way to the top, where there used to be a different attachment at the top of the pyramid. I've heard all kinds of stories. But to be honest, we know how they were built and why. The hieroglyphs and the writings from that time. Egyptians were meticulous with records. Let me just start off there. They wrote every fucking thing down. And there is no gap in their records from what we can tell, which is kind of why we don't think there was a flood. But
like, we know how they made their beer.
Yeah, that's the one thing we don't know is how they made their beer.
They made
The
beer
women were the
in a different
brewers.
way?
Yeah. Beer's been around a very long time.
I mean, I know that, but like, I thought it was just put the grain into the water and then let some of the bubbles come out, or
It's wheat.
Yeah, it's basically just fermentation.
yeah, they just ferment it. But I didn't know that they did
Women
some sort of
in
different
ancient
way.
Egypt and even in ancient Sumeria
They use a
were
different
the
kind of
brewers.
wheat.
You know, I think
there are drawings of people sitting around vats of beer using reeds from the Nile to drink out of it, and then that allowed them to like skip the gunk at the bottom and the floaties at the top, but get the good part out of the middle.
And I can't say it on TikTok, but they also used to do the elevation leaves.
Blue Lotus. Suck my dick, TikTok. I'm half Egyptian.
They like to elevate themselves in other ways than just elevation leaves is what I call it, because it was not necessarily Mary as we know her today. Mary and her sister Jane as we know them today. But it was something akin to it.
Oh, like peyote?
Don't say that one either. More like it was among the same family of Mary and her sister Jane.
Yeah, resin from the family of what we use today has been found all the way back on like early Jewish altars too. And burials all around the world, like even in ancient India and in the Indus Valley as well, or the Indus
They
Valley.
used for ceremonial practice.
Yeah, there was all kinds of stuff going on, and even the early Christian cults, because Christians weren't together in the early days. They were all like fragmented different cults that kind of got. Anyway, even them, they were doing these things in their little altars and things. It was very interesting. Ancient culture had a lot of crazy shit going on.
Oh, I saw something. Now it's a TikTok, so perhaps it isn't true, but apparently the eye of Horus looks exactly like a part in the brain called the pineal gland. Pineal gland.
Yeah.
Something
Oh,
like
you mean
that.
this right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, or no, I think it goes the other way.
This,
well, it's backwards because of the camera.
Backwards.
But yeah.
This is the eye of Horus.
Yeah, that one. And then apparently that's the part of the brain that controls your body's circadian rhythm. And
and that's entirely possible that it might look like that. It might even be modeled after that because remember, they used to remove people's brains when they mummified them. So
Ramble them.
they probably had a pretty good idea of what that looked like.
Yank it out.
you know what? Now that I think about it, it's not as alien or spiritual as I thought it would have been.
They probably just saw it when they pulled it out once. And they were like, "Man, that looks cool." It kind of looks like an eyeball.
Oh yeah,
I
there we
wonder if
go.
that's
Third
our
eye,
guy.
like
Here,
Wisdom
Georgia.
said. Yeah, it's also seen as
It
like
also
a
has
third eye.
hieroglyphs around.
So
the pineal gland just kind of looks like a kidney bean. It doesn't really look like the eye of Horus. Like a kidney bean with like a little toe.
I don't know. I just assume they probably saw it because they've been and scrambled a lot of those things.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it
I
doesn't
also
look.
have his brother's Ankh.
It doesn't look exactly
Anpu
like
and
it.
Horus are brothers.
That's true, they are. They had all under.
Yeah, it doesn't look exactly like it, but it does look.
It looks a lot more like
The inside part.
somebody's eye with a gaunt face where you have a smile line. The line coming off of it is part of like the smile line below the eye.
So I'm probably going to wrap it up here in about 12 minutes at 8:30.
One question though.
Sure. No, you can stick around till then. Yeah, sure.
Do we all believe Jesus was a real person?
No.
Depends on who you ask in our community. I personally don't have a strong opinion one way or the other because I kind of don't care because it doesn't change that the divinity of that man is not proven.
Well, I mean, the thing is, he is a documented person.
No, he's not.
No.
You have Tacitus, and then you have him speaking
Those were
about.
just people who wrote down what Christians.
Never mentioned Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he says in
He
his.
mentioned the Christians who were following an unknown deity known as Serapis.
And not Christians,
Christians.
I'm agnostic on the historicity of Jesus.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it too. But either way, because whether he's real or not, it doesn't prove or show his divinity to anybody. So if he was a real man to me, then he was nothing more than an apocalyptic preacher, no different than you'd see on the street somewhere today.
Right.
And if he was alive, or if he never existed, then it was all just a plot from a guy named Marcion who made up Paul and Jesus.
Right. I'm very much a no on any of the supernatural claims.
Yeah, none of it proves that the supernatural is not the
Yeah, if the historicity of a person proved whether or not the claims about them were true, that would mean that like current cult leaders would be the most like reliable source, basically, because it would just defer to whoever is the most like. It would mean that you would believe most in whoever most likely exists, which would be current religious leaders.
I mean, there's also a I can't remember if it's a cave painting or just a drawing.
That was 4th century. It was a mockery of what they were following because Christianity was already established.
Yeah, so Christianity was already established, but don't you think that at that time those people would have followed what they saw? I mean, we
No.
also have some Mesopotamian cylinder scrolls that seem
No.
to depict sauropods. So don't you think they would have gone off of what they saw rather than...
They didn't know Jesus because, again, the 4th century is literally 350 to 400 years after the supposed death of Jesus. He was just a story during that time. The Christians were followers of a Christus, an anointed figure. Priests could be anointed, as could certain deities. As a matter of fact, we get the term Christus from the Egyptians cursed, K-R-S-T. The Greeks, we're the ones that made the Christus, but cursed, which was the original Christus, was for Horus. Horus had a virgin birth to avenge his mother and his brother against his uncle Set. So it all correlates with Horus. When Serapis came about during the Ptolemaic reign, Ptolemy the First to be exact, which is around 361 BCE, it wasn't outlawed until the emperor started coming in during the invasion of Rome and Egypt. When Ptolemy came about, he created Serapis, which is where they get the ideologies and the imagery of Jesus, because Serapis was a Greco-Egyptian deity to solidify both nations. He was 5 Greek deities, 5 Egyptian deities, and his first account was in Sinope, which is modern-day northern Turkey. Tertullian actually went up there, brought the statue down, and presented it to Alexandria, where we had the Seraposium, which was a temple dedicated to Serapis. But his statue was already there because Ptolemy brought it first. That's all it is. So people know the Ptolemies were Greek, they were Macedonian, because Alexander was Macedonian, as was his cousin Cleopatra VII. She wasn't black, she was Macedonian, she was Greek.
Thank you, Hanji.
I mean, you can pull the stories out of the Bible from just about anywhere. But where those people were, but that cave painting just means that they probably happened upon a Christian. They just.
What do you think of
what they thought Jesus looked like?
What do you think of the Shroud of Turin? Then
that's a fake. It was found out to be made in the late 1200s, early 1300s. They can even tell you exactly how it was made, when it was made, the type of dye that was used, like all this stuff.
They were even able to recreate it.
Yeah, they've recreated it multiple times.
As a matter of fact, the imagery is based off of Jacques de Molay, who was from the area where it was found in Paris in the Middle Ages. And it just so happens that if you actually look at the imagery, you can actually see where his beard is split and braided, because that's exactly how he wore his hair. As a matter of fact, Jacques de Molay was the last surviving Templar during that time frame. It's modeled after him.
On top of that, the Bible says that he was buried in 2 pieces, not 1. He was wrapped wrapped here in one type of cloth, a linen,
and then his head was separate.
His head was wrapped separate, and it wasn't just laid on him; it was literally
wrapped, like he was mummified.
Yeah. More or less.
The practice, I mean, it kind of makes sense if you correlate the stories. They left Egypt,
blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's still in a very dry, arid place. They just didn't remove the insides like they do with.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It just, I find it odd how, like Islam would have come about if Jesus was fake. Because then why base another religion off of what is a lie?
They based it off Judaism, just like Christianity did. They just decided that because since their religion started after the fact, Christians had already had 500 years of no time, right, at that point. So they basically like, okay, there's this other religion. We're Abrahamic religious as well. We believe in Yahweh. So we have to acknowledge Christianity somehow. So they basically just said Jesus was a prophet.
And Islam was late to the game too. They also don't believe in a crucifixion.
But he's not the main prophet, and he's not divine in that story.
But Islam solidified in the 7th century, which is where we had the Saharan and the Arabic slave trade. The Arabic slave trade, under the rule of Islam in the 7th century, lasted 1,400 years. And the Saharian slave trade, also under the thumb of Islam, lasted 1,000.
Okay.
So, and just to clarify, Islam does not really look at Christianity that much. Literally, he's a secondary mentioned prophet. He's not talking.
Like, oh, he was the prophet of the Jewish people, and that was it. Okay,
literally
moving
it.
on.
It's literally he's like an afterthought.
Okay. Now, I do have what I believe to be the annals from a .org website. I don't know how credible this website would be. It's wikisource.org, but I do know that many .org websites are credible.
Don't assume that, because that's not necessarily true. Or just
Go ahead with annals. Let me say, Josephus wrote about Jesus.
Go ahead and say what it is, but I do want to say
Tacitus. So, I mean, it says over here that in the 44th paragraph of the 15th book that consequently, to get rid of the report, Nero fastened the guilt. This is in the middle of the paragraph, just for...
Just go ahead and read it.
Consequently, to get rid of the report, Nero fastened the guilt and inflicted the most exquisite tortures on a class hated for their abominations, called Christians by the populace. Christus, from whom the name had its origin, suffered the extreme penalty during the reign of Tiberius at the hands of one of our procurators, Pontius Pilatus. And a most mischievous superstition, thus checked for the moment, again broke out not only in Judea, the first source of the evil, but even in Rome, where all things hideous and shameful from every part of the world find their center and become popular.
Yeah, we know the story of the annals. So basically, during the time, Nero was trying to build a new occupation for Rome. Nero was the one that set the fucking flame to Rome because he wanted to make it an elitist society. Anyone who wasn't an elite, had any ties to power, would be cast out because Rome needed to look clean. Now, when it came to the Christians, because that was the original term, if you actually read it in the Latin, and I mean the original Latin, not an English translation, he was talking about the Christians, how the Christians revolted against Caesar because they did not want to bow down to the emperor, set flame to Rome, which they considered themselves guilty. They admitted their guilt, and because they broke the law, they were executed and tortured.
I want to reiterate that Christians and Christians are two different things.
Exactly, because during the time, they had a Christos deity. They didn't know who the deity was.
It was not Jesus.
It was definitely not a man.
Yeah, that conflation happened later as Rome kind of carried this, decided to consolidate that and use it as the cudgel that I talked about white people using earlier.
No one knew who the Christians were following.
No.
They just knew that it was a deity figure with the term Christos. It wasn't a man. It wasn't a human being. It was an unknown deity.
Okay, so I'm seeing something here that says that he uses the term Christians or Christians. There's no ES or IS.
Right at not to, let's say, probably like 60 years, maybe 40 to 60 years after Jesus passed, right? Supposedly, whatever. There was a lot of cults that formed, right? They did not call themselves Christians. The early Christians did not call themselves Christians. That didn't happen for a few hundred years at least. Those early people were spread out. They were pockets of cults based on this figure or some figure like it, right? Or some type of amalgamation of other gods that just kind of happened to fit the same bill, right? So you had these pockets, right? And it took several hundred years, but they started to kind of run into each other, started to kind of blend a bit, right? But then when the Romans decided that they were going to, keep on with the conquering and they needed something to focus people behind, they pretty much pushed all those cults together. Not intentionally. It wasn't like a forethought of a plan. It was just kind of the natural way things went with the way Rome kind of, ruled over stuff, right? As they went through places and did what they did.
Yeah.
Once they all got kind of amalgamated, they realized, oh shit, there's a lot of these people. but they weren't all the same people. But because they all had similar ideas, similar names, that kind of thing, boom. Then all of a sudden you've got Christianity, right? And they all kind of just got kind of pushed together and became one big thing, right? All based on that one figure, which we still don't really know if he was real or not. If he was even just an amalgamation of their various figures that they all had together and put together at once, we don't know. What we do know is that they all kind of blended together, and that was kind of the early Christians. And they still did not necessarily call themselves Christians. That's still when they were using various names before they were completely consolidated behind Rome.
Okay.
And you might be able to thank Marcion. Like I said, I'm agnostic to whether Jesus himself was real or whether he was fake. Personally, I don't know if I'm a mythicist or not. I don't really care.
Yeah, with Marcion claimed that Jesus came fully grown out of a cloud.
Well, Marcion's also the one who made up Paul, if Paul was a real person at all.
Marcion is Paul.
Who is
that's what I'm saying. He still made him up. It's an alter ego.
Marcion of Sinope?
Sinope. Mm-hmm.
Marcion.
The first Gospels are Marcion's work.
He was kind of the very first big cult leader, to be honest. That's basically what it was. He was like the first major cult leader.
Luke, the Gospel of Luke came well after Marcion's Gospels.
We pretty much, Marcion and his people were possibly, and like I said, I'm agnostic to all this, so you'd have
the
to
Marcionites.
But the Marcion and the Marcionites, they're the ones who wrote the letters of Paul. Paul was basically code so they could talk to each other.
Yep.
Under the guise of Christianity.
Yep.
So that they could basically enact their plans on the church and what they wanted, and that's pretty much what they did.
Thank y'all for explaining this to me.
Oh, sure.
You're welcome.
I know.
Oh, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I know there's a lot that I still have to study. I have read the Bible at least 6 times, cover to cover, but I still need to do a lot more research outside of the Bible as well.
Wait till you find out where Judaism came from, which is what led to everything else, right? Wait till you find that out. That's going to blow your mind.
I know a little bit because of Rabbi Hannah. So,
By the way, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. Jewish people are not monotheistic. They're henotheistic.
Yes, they are.
That's a good start.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'm still learning.
Henotheistic basically means they don't believe in just one God. They only focus on one God. They believe there are other gods, specifically their God's siblings and their God's parents. But the only one they care about, the only one they pay attention to, the only one they even give consideration to is Yahweh.
Okay.
Beyond that, those other gods, they exist. They don't give two shits.
They're not our gods, not our problem.
Right. Miss me. Right. That's what they're saying. Miss me with those gods. I don't care. They're there, but we don't care.
Yep.
That's why there's that passage in Genesis where it says, the Most High, the Most High appropriated the lands according to the number of gods, and the Lord's share. So you notice they said the Most High gave out these lands to the gods. The Lord, talking about now Yahweh, not the Most High, but Yahweh, the Lord, got Israel. So the Israelites specifically, the Hebrews, Jewish people, belong to Yahweh. That's it. But Yahweh's daddy, his name is El Elyon, or just El, depends. He's the Most High. He's got a daddy.
You have El Elyon and El Shaddai.
I need to start wrapping this up. I promise my partner.
Yeah, thanks to Fluff as well. All of y'all have been teaching me a lot.
So, just for clarification, I guess. So you say that Marcion was the real ringleader of it all.
Yeah, he was the real Paul. And
For Evangelion.
So then,
to consolidate
what about,
all those cults, he made up Jesus.
So then, what about Tertullian and then Irenaeus and Valentinus?
Irenaeus
came later.
Yeah, Irenaeus.
Yeah, they all came after.
Evangelion was already solidified before Tertullian and Irenaeus and Eusebius came into the picture.
Has anyone ever
Even
read,
Josephus was before Eusebius.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever read Caesar's Messiah?
No.
That's a really good.
I've read that one. I've also read the 12 Caesars, which I have.
Yeah,
I do need to wrap this up. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Don't forget on Sunday, the 27th, and later in the afternoon, I'll to be determined on time. I do have a special, our monthly special with Rabbi Hannah, where her, myself, and a priest of the Catholic faith, and if we can get another clergy member from another denomination, will be on my panel, and we will be talking to believers honestly and truly about what the text is, what the text means, and all that good stuff in between. And you can even ask them various questions, and that is open to believers and non-believers to come up and talk about anything text-worthy to the clergy themselves. And our monthly special is called "An Atheist, a Rabbi, and a Priest Walk into a Life." So it'll be on Sunday.
That's awesome.
All right, I love y'all. Y'all have a great one, okay?
Thank
Love
you.
you.
Yes, for hanging out, Dr. Joe.
Dugald, I just wanted to give you a quick suggestion. Reach out to Rev Jo. She's a UU minister. I know her personally. I went to seminary with her.
Can you send me her TikTok?
Yep, totally. You would like her TikTok to begin with, so I will do that.
Awesome. I'll do that, and I'll ask her if she wants to join us on Sunday then.
Exactly.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Joe.
Uh-huh.
All right, guys. Love you all. Bye.
Yep. Have a good day.
Love you too.
Or a good night.